What can you give to the supplemental log? Because I doubt you have a lot of time for a rather detailed log, considering what the events of what just happened.
Yeah, I was gonna... I can do one, I guess. I was gonna do one after this was all dealt with, but, yeah. Let me get the start date, hold on.
It's funny because he thinks it's going to be over with.
Fair. That's fair. What is the start date?
In Discord?
No. Oh,
The
there it
start
is.
date of our death.
Okay. Acting Captain's log, start date 53676.8. Supplemental. Well, the week from hell is not ended. No sooner as we solve one problem, we seem to just find another one. Right now, after rescuing the command staff of the USS Sappho, and the doctor determining them not mentally fit for any kind of duty, we had them placed in quarters, and we thought all was good. I am now currently on my way to the bridge to stop the captain of the Sappho from wrongfully taking control of the ship. End captain's log.
Very good. So, a quick recap. I believe that the captain, as the captain said, they are making their way to the bridge. Alan is currently in pieces still.
Sorry, not sorry.
Doctor is heading where? Is heading in text message. Still in the brig. And Garrix, you are heading to your quarters where your family is? Given
Yes.
the announcement of the changing of the guard.
Correct. With Alan's pieces, if possible.
Yep.
And some tools.
You can even get some of your some engineers to kind of help carry some of it quickly.
Okay, great. And yeah, we're possibly making a stop at a weapons locker on the way.
Yeah, got to pick something up for Alan.
And our good pilot. Where were you last? I'm trying to picture you where you are on the ship.
The last 12 hours we were in the Research Lab 5 doing astrometrics and plotting the area well, because that was also where we were making sure we had a great place to hide in the area if we needed. So we plotted a good handful of those so that the senior staff could have better options if that needed to be.
Right.
So I still either could be there, but at the same time, because it was a 12-hour shift, depending on when this call is made, it's either if I'm still in that 12-hour spot, I'm there. If it's a little bit after that, I'm in bed.
Okay, so you...
but the alarm would go off and I'd be like, oh, damn it, or whatever. So.
Okay. Jolson, I believe... Where would you be...
I don't know where I was in that at shift. Probably
You were with me and Garrix.
Yeah, on the holodeck. And
yeah, I was on the holodeck.
Well, at the same time, are we kind of confused, or has either captain called upon us, or did just a red alert go off? That's the part I don't know. So
There was a ship-wide announcement. There was a sudden power outage, and then there was a ship-wide announcement that the captain of the Sappho had seized control of the Victoria.
Okay, then that would just be more confusion, and then I might sit there for 5 minutes waiting on whether I should go back to sleep. I mean, I mean, okay, because I got to think about this. Like, I've never been told that the crew of the Savage, because that was kind of like between the doctor and the captain, right? That they
Mhm.
were in medbay. So I have to think of this as, I left the research, I went to bed. Um, all I knew is, the last time I've heard anything that the Sappho crew was still in the med bay, and so I kind of wake up and hear this. I think my general assumption now, and this is going back to, like, this used to be our captain NXO as is, before the loss of the other ship. So part of me is like, I guess would be like, oh, okay, I guess everything worked itself out, and probably go back to bed.
Okay.
Because you
It's
know what I mean?
unreasonable.
Yeah, because there's that part of me where I don't think I'd initially think of that as an emergency, just the captain coming back and taking their spot until otherwise, like, by the whole rest of the crew, like, hey, we got an emergency, the captain on board is great. That's a whole different thing. But right now I don't know that
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So honestly, I think I just kind of like raise my head for a minute and say, oh, because I'm half asleep, and I'm like, oh, good, the captain's back. Oh, without even dawning on me, like, what does that have to do with Jaw? Like, maybe I'm asleep, doesn't even cross my mind.
Okay.
So yeah, I just back to sleep I go. Yeah.
Selena, where do you believe you would be?
Well, unlike Wash, who had a pleasant idea of what was going to happen, Selena hears that announcement and immediately launches, heading for main engineering.
Okay.
Am I turned on or am I turned off? Because
I mean, that's a personal thing.
That's a personal question.
Sorry.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna say phrasing.
am I active on the holodeck or not anymore?
I think we probably would have ended the program as we were departing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could probably be since I doubt you guys kept him in shutdown mode now that you've had him. He's not assembled, but you could be.
Yeah, I mean, his head can be working.
Yeah.
As we're carrying it.
So you're being carried, as usual.
Ew.
Where's the image I'm looking for?
Not wrong. I'm kidding.
All right. I put the Sephiroth crew each one in their own cabin, and they had monitors on them. Yeah, McNeil is not thrilled with the revelation, the current events, I imagine. Because the whole being relieved of command thing, and that's supposed to keep until the doctor says otherwise.
Which is why I don't think she stopped Jaw whenever she left the brig. I mean, fair point.
Could
Fair point.
Well, you just relieve them of command. That always works.
No, because then I got nothing to lose at that point.
Part of me wants to see there's some audience member back there that's like, too soon, too soon.
Just get myself squared away here. My tokens were not ready when I needed them. Okay, there we go. All right. That all said, You shush. We're not peaceful anymore. So we will start with.
Oh, me. I'm sleeping. Go ahead.
Well, that scene's over.
Just
On the decks of the ship. And we're going to have Girix rushing into his quarters. Alan being deposited inside.
Wait, Alan in his quarters?
I'm apparently a disembodied head right now.
Yes. Sorry. I mean, but I've been waiting for this conversation.
Lieutenant, I demand you reattach my body. It's not completely dysfunctional. It was only damaged.
I will have you at peak performance as soon as I'm sure the children are safe.
I do not approve.
And it begs the question. If usually the button to turn data is off and on is in his rib cage somewhere, if the body's not attached, is there an off switch on the head?
I don't know. But I think I guess. Have we established that?
That has not been established.
Oh, well then I'm not talking, I guess.
That was that was your
you-
brain internally helping, here.
Yeah, no. Peanut gallery aside, you have been turned on. You are awake as you're being walked into a room with a rather pleased-looking Nurse Fleur. The kids are a little confused because the lights went out and everything's on emergency lighting. And she's just kind of corralling them a little bit, trying to keep them calm.
And all 5 are accounted for, I hope?
Yes. Well, you see 4. You hear the 5th one doing something in the back room.
Do I have a body, or am I
You
understand
have a
that
body,
I'm
it's just not
not,
attached to your head. I did make sure I got all your pieces here.
but I can talk.
Oh yes.
Okay, then Alan looks at Flea and says he's sorry, and then starts crying, just like uncontrollably.
Garrett, what the hell's going on?
I don't know. The crew that Captain Renard seems to have tried to assume command of the ship, but I don't believe she's mentally fit. Right now, we need to make sure the children are safe in here, and I need to get Mr. Allen back on his feet.
I don't deserve it.
Is he crying?
I haven't seen him do this. I mean, we did make some alterations to his program. Mr. Allen, what's the matter?
I'm just not worth it anymore.
What do you mean?
You took a perfectly good murder box and gave it depression.
I just can't undo what I've done.
Oh, I see. Do you now, are you feeling? We shouldn't have, nothing we did should have induced emotions. Oh my goodness, this is highly unusual. Okay, I hand Fleur one of the phasers I grabbed. Keep the children away from the door. I need you to hold on to this while I work on getting Mr. Allen put back together. We're going to get you back on your feet, Mr. Allen, and I guess if you have feelings, we can talk about them, but right now I need to work on repairing you, if I have your consent.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter anymore anyway.
All right, then. I'm gonna get to work. Let me know if you experience any discomfort.
Can life be discomfortable?
Congratulations, you have built the nihilist robot.
In some ways, yes, but we can talk about that later. I'm an engineer, not a counselor.
I like you,
I
Gearix.
give you points for throwing that in.
I like you too, Mr. Allen, but right now I need to get to work.
Give me a control engineering difficulty 2.
Take a threat.
Sure. No, like I need that.
And I don't think I have any good focuses here, so let's see. Wait, would emergency repairs count as a focus?
Given current situation, yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we're gonna
don't have
want
enough
to deal
momentum
with
to make
that.
the yeah, I don't think it's well. That generally one momentum E2 to get rid of the complications, if I remember correctly.
You could use a determination if you like me.
Do you have bold engineering?
I do not. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, it's way too early for complication. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and activate my value. It's not tinkering, it's trying something new, because I've never put together an android before.
Very well.
And I'll re-roll that complication.
Whew, okay. Expensive.
Alright, well, that generates 2 momentum now. Yay!
Now you can get rid of that complication. Oh, wait.
I already did.
Yeah, he's
Oh, okay.
joking.
Oh, I'm dense. I'm sorry.
Alan is back to functionality. There's a few superficial tears across the skin from your last encounter, but largely speaking, you're functional. You probably would want, and Alan, you can tell your internal diagnostic, like it automatically pings the minute you're being put together. A low-level diagnostic tells it that you are functional, but a more thorough maintenance cycle should be done at earliest convenience.
I jump up and like bear hug Gearix. I'm alive again.
He kind of awkwardly accepts the hug and pats you on the shoulder. You know, Mr. Allen, in my culture, it's usually not considered acceptable to touch someone you're not intimate with, but I feel I can make an exception for you.
At hearing the word intimate, Alan looks down and notices that after Jaw, his clothes have been shredded, and he feels great embarrassment and goes to look for clothes.
I think there's probably a spare uniform if you want.
Do you have anything else?
Could use the replicator, says Fleur, pointing at it with the phaser, then pointing it back at the door.
Yes, whatever you like. Go ahead.
I randomly generate clothing.
Okay, can I make any kind of insight in something roll to figure out if we made any mistakes with the reprogramming, because this is not the result I expected?
Insight engineering difficulty 2.
I know nothing.
Yeah, you're not sure. Obviously something's off, but what? You're not sure at the moment. You need more time to think about it.
All right.
I put my clothes on and I turn around to Gearix and we've got to help the captain.
Right. Computer, locate Captain John.
He looks at you suspiciously and he's like, "Which captain are we supposed to help?"
Well, given Captain Renard's current state, I would say that it might be dangerous for her to remain in command.
We need to locate the doctor. My understanding of humans and their rudimentary laws, she has the right. She has the decision here.
You do make a good point. Fleur, do you feel safe guarding the children?
Not sure I feel safe anywhere, but she waves the phaser. I'll be fine.
All right.
Although, let me check something real quick.
Of course.
This is very confusing. She taps her comm badge. Fleur to doctor?
Dr. McNeil here.
Hi, did you release the Sappho staff from their confinement?
No, I did not.
All right, well, I'm currently holed up with my husband here and my kids, since I'm not sure how safe we are right now. But my Garrix and Alan are here. What do you want to do? Or what are you going to do, I should say?
It's best I don't say too much right now, but keep yourself and your children safe. Have Alan and Garrix meet me in sickbay.
She nods to the two of you because you guys can hear her. She's not exactly covering the comm badge or anything, so you can hear her.
Yep, I nod.
They heard you. Fleur out.
Alan looks at Garrix and says, "What a time to be alive! So
Yes.
exciting."
I'm glad
That's-
he's excited.
That's certainly a word for it. Children, come here very quickly.
Yeah.
Daddy and Alan are going to go help the doctor and the captain. You need to stay in the quarters and stay safe. And if anyone other than me, Captain Jal, or Mr. Allen comes through that door, find a place to hide. Okay?
What? But I could punch him in the throat like Mr. Allen. The other
No.
kids look at him, and your Fleur's like, starts making the.
Alan starts making flexing motions.
No. Trellix, that's not a good idea. At a time like this, you should. The most important thing is that all of us are going to see each other after it's over, right?
Yeah.
All right.
The captain's back.
Right.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Okay. Just remember, if anyone other than myself, Mr. Allen, or Lieutenant Commander Jal come through this door, you should find a place to hide. Otherwise, I will see you very soon. I promise.
Okay.
I love you, Mr. Allen. To sickbay, I believe.
As we're walking down the hall, I'm gonna say, Garrix, if we need to, I should still be able to recreate the worm from before.
That might be. All right. If it comes down to that, yes. Otherwise, though, we should probably try. If it comes to it.
Do I have did you give me a phaser?
I imagine I would have. If not, we can probably stop at a weapons locker on the way to sickbay. Hopefully.
Yeah, you guys can get up to a type 2 rather easily
Yeah,
without getting to where the secure lockers are.
Yeah, type 2. Yeah, I think I probably just want to carry on type 2 because you have enough threat as it is.
So you guys start heading for the sickbay. We then switch over to Selena, who is heading to engineering, I believe.
Yes.
Poop.
On my way there, I hit my comm badge and say, "For everyone in operations, please meet me in engineering as soon as possible. Mandatory meeting. Repeat, mandatory meeting."
Aye, sir. En route. You get a bunch of various acknowledgements.
I go running into engineering. How much of the engineering staff is there?
They're busily working away, and you can feel the wave of heat as it's an active engine right now. Lieutenant, one of them says, and then they continue working.
Is there anybody here who's of equal rank to me?
I'm about to see. The highest ranked person in the room is Ensign Methylos.
Ensign Methylos. All right. Ensign Methylos.
Yes,
How's the
Lieutenant.
engines running? Exactly how many people do you need to keep the engines running?
At least one per compartment, so that would be 18. Well, GM just screwed up his own math. I'm being messaged. Hold on. Oh, okay, Doctor. That's a message I'm glad I caught. That would be at least 27.
Do you have 27 people?
We have double that right now, since we usually like to have a spare in case the heat gets too much.
Okay, I need 10 people to start barricading places. Up there. I want no ways in or out. As soon as my staff starts coming in, I'm going to start giving orders to start securing the hatches, get any weapons possible. There's a possible mutiny underway.
You're going to need to roll me Presence Command difficulty 2.
I mean, it's not far-fetched.
Would it come to diplomacy?
Oh yeah, you're not coming down on high about it. You're alerting them to a danger.
And give you one threat for an extra dice.
Sure.
Come on, baby. And for just shits and giggles, I don't know what it was, but I imagine we're pretty full on momentum now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. You're actually at your. Whoops! I gave it to the wrong person. Yes, you should be at 6.
Plus 2.
Plus 2 more. So you have 2 floating.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. And I got to spend that right before I do anything else, right?
Yeah, you have
or
to
it's
spend it.
gone.
You have to spend it right now. Yeah.
Right. I would like to create an advantage that allows the engineering crew to hold engineering. Just as barricades are coming up, as my crew starts getting there, what I want them to do is start sealing all of the doors so there's only one door in or out of engineering.
Have you talked with Mr. Garrix? Was Lieutenant Garrix?
Lieutenant Garrix may be a part of the mutiny. I don't know. We just need to secure a place on this ship for the civilians and crew. Right now, that's here. Whoever controls engineering controls the ship. When Mr. Garrix gets here, he can relieve me of command.
The ensign kind of leans in a little closer, so he kind of you're not being overheard too. Although the way the engine core works, when you gave the order, they basically have to do either you have to hit an intercom or people have to open up hatches to shout it to the next section, and then it was passed along to the network. Just because it's not it isn't as open concept as Federation would like, to put it that way. But the ensign this time kind of leans in a bit and lowers his voice. Lieutenant, a lot of the crew here are very loyal to a lot of the engineering staff are loyal to Garrix. He's done nothing wrong by them. I don't know how long I can
done nothing
stall.
wrong by me either. Ensign, right now, we need a place for those who are not going to participate in the mutiny to be. That is main engineering. Do you understand? Whoever ends up being in charge, whether it's Captain Jal or Captain Renaud, I prefer Captain Renaud myself, but we have to be here ready to keep the ship going because there's an enemy vessel out there. It is hours away from a meeting with us. And if this mutiny isn't settled by then, God's help us. So we need a base of operation. If somebody wishes to go find Mr. Garrix, I would be more than happy to hand engineering over to him.
Just be careful mentioning making suggesting that he might be part of the mutiny. I know that you're not saying anything, but some people were gonna be a little. He looks around a bit, touchy.
Mm-hmm. As people come down through that door right there, as long as they are not armed, you let them in. Got it?
Aye,
If we
sir.
fill up too much here, we'll start going down to lower decks.
It's gonna be mighty packed in here. We're barely able to fit in our staff as it is.
Yes. Did they operate cold running?
We're still at cold running, yeah. Computers are lowered in functionality, as is. He leans in at a panel and taps at it. And weapons, I believe.
I believe I said communications, but
Oh, no.
You did.
Communications.
All right.
He corrects himself.
Fair enough. So we really shouldn't have communication.
we have ship communications. We don't have outward communication.
No matter. Priorities.
Yes.
We need to get engineering secure.
Yeah, we're getting all the hatches sealed up. We should be, and this block is actually pretty easy to seal off access from the rest of the ship. The most secure configuration we found out is the scramble method. Sorry, you weren't briefed on that. One of the functions of the core is that some of these sections can shift around. It's part of the heat transfer process. Anyway, now what you normally would do is you would shift around just like one section to another or something like that. But we could just have the rooms constantly shifting. That would prevent anyone from getting into engineering in any coherent way unless you're in the engineering blocks and know which blocks are going where. But that means that anyone who's trying to come here for refuge won't be able to get in.
We will set that up as a backup.
All right, I'll program it in, and you just let me know when you want it done.
Mm-hmm. Could I put the transporters on some sort of diagnostic that would? This is to the GM, not to the ensign.
Mm-hmm.
A way that would put the transporters on some sort of diagnostic that is so priority it can't be taken off from here, or would I have to be there?
You could do it at a +1 difficulty, essentially. Well, you're in main engineering. You can do transport stuff from here to a degree.
Yeah.
I will say that it would be... I will say control engineering, difficulty 3.
Control engineering, difficulty 3?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to use some of that lovely momentum, 3, for a couple extra dice here. And I don't suppose the ship assists in any way. Not that I need it.
And that momentum comes right back.
Nope, only 2.
Only 2, yep.
All right. Transporters are on diagnostic. We've started to secure main engineering. Did anybody go and get weapons?
We just have our Type 1s down here for the main part. This stuff does not react well to phasers, so...
This is true. We might want to set up a containment field around the warp core now in case phaser fights break out.
Oh, it's not the warp core, sir. That's the danger. These things produce a lot of heat, and these things are heat sinks. You start firing phasers in here, you start cooking. It starts capturing the heat, and
right.
Yeah.
So we probably want to get force fields up on those.
Sir?
We want to get... I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right. I'm just barely waking up too. Can somebody get me some coffee? Presence command that if I have to for coffee.
Someone hands you a thermos. No replicators.
All right. You're right. We should have the force fields on the main door only. We can start it and stop it as needed for people as they come in.
All right.
All right. Good. Who's my second in command in ops? Did we name him?
Because your ops guys start pouring in.
All right. I want you to go to sick bay. Do not use comms. Find out who's there and find out if they're aware of the situation. We're setting up a base down here for people who don't want to get involved. Make sure that the doctor knows that she can transfer patients down here if she needs to get them out of a firefight. Understood? Go. And that would be my last order.
Your final order.
Well, maybe, if Chal gets her ass down here.
Dramatic music. Everything goes great.
I'm sorry. I'm doing my job. Unlike actually taking over the ship. Like some other people.
I am not taking over the ship. I am providing a safe space.
Joel.
Yes.
You're racing down the hallway.
Yep.
You go over to a turbo lift. Is there anything you do before you start heading up to the bridge?
Yes, actually, because I am actually reminded that we have orphans on board. So I hit my comm badge. Lieutenant Wash, I need you to get to the children that don't have parents and make sure they stay safe.
You hear a partial, just a slight bit of the yawn that I couldn't contain. Absolutely, Captain. Yes, Captain. And then you hear it go dead.
She sets her phaser to stun.
But then there's a moment where you hear the click again, and Wash says, "Not because you're commander when like say you're not captain, you're commander,
Lieutenant
right?
Commander, yeah.
Lieutenant Commander. Okay, and so I say, Lieutenant Commander or Captain. I'm kind of
Captain
confused.
is still appropriate, Lieutenant.
Yes, ma'am. And then that's the moment where you hear me, because just so that I, like, in a sense of maybe have some type of symbolism of, like, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Yeah. And then, but like I said, you don't hear me, what's the word I want? Talk down or sound weird or, nothing like that. Just making sure. And then, you just hear it. Then you hear it go dead.
Yeah, she sets her phaser to stun and actually holsters it. And gets in the turbo lift and says, "Bridge." And takes a very deep breath.
Alan. Sorry, Washburn. You both have the same first name.
And then, wait, Wayne, you're going by yourself? Just a question.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I might have picked up a security person or two if Altera will let me retcon that.
Yeah. You have a security detachment. You're a security officer still, even if you're not CO.
Yeah. So I have at least 2 other people with me.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just asking Wayne in the sense of like.
Yes, Jal is, as far as PCs go. Yeah. As far as PCs go, Jal is the only one going. So far.
Wash.
Yes.
So you are able to assemble yourself together for a bit. Kind of wake up because you were just sleeping. What do you do once you're all suited up?
First thing I do, and this is the one thing that I can kind of do without getting in trouble, because until I've talked to Garrix and Fleur, I'm still respecting her wishes by all means of the, you know what I mean, and respect. But the one thing I can kind of do, just in the sense of my own checking, I will do that. Computer, where is Nurse Fleur and her 5 children?
You get no response.
Oh, the comms are down. Or no, the computer's down. Shit. Okay, now I'm worried on all friends because I'm like I can't. Okay, so this is when I freak out, and I guess I go to the location of there would be two spots. First would be like the where the five orphans sleep, and hopefully it's like within a quarter, like a couple of quarters down from me. I tried to rig it to where they're sharing like maybe a little bit a suite, so that's still on my floor maybe,
Okay.
and I'll check there. And if not
Yeah.
there, then I would go to where they're normally being taught at with the babysitters and that sort of thing to get them secured.
You're able to gather up the kids, although like they're all kind of bunking in the same room because it makes it easier for administration. But yeah, they're all kind of sleepy because they were sleeping at the before the they don't even seem alarmed at all. They don't know anything's changed other than it's dark in the room, which it was already dark to begin with.
Right. I'll probably know to grab one of those emergency, powered, where you just twist the top and it lights up.
Oh, the torches. Yep.
Yeah, and set one in there. And what's the age of the eldest?
If I remember correctly, about 11.
11.
Yeah.
And does that one?
Thought it was 14, but yeah.
14. Okay. Does that one have a name already, or just eldest at the moment?
I don't think we
Susan.
ever named them. We just
Susan? Okay, and so I'll say, Susan.
Once you name them, you got to keep them.
Right. I'll say, Susan, do me a favor. Right now, there's a little bit going on with the computer and a couple other things that were so systems might not work, or the replicator might not work for you if you need to eat. But I will try to be back as soon as possible if that is, if I do need to do something else other than replicate it, And then she kind of makes that joke with all the kids. Replicator ration, 50 years old. And then, just kind of just makes a funny look at the kids. And then they'll probably, whether they scowl or not, and I'll just be like, if any one of them needs to eat before I can get back, there are those. But if I find out we can't get power back on, I will definitely go to Tim Ford and get you something. And but I stay here, and if you have an emergency, are the comms working? In the sense of the wall panel.
Do you try to touch it to see if it'll work?
Yes.
No response. What's your engineering score? Discipline.
That is a good question. Let me double click my character sheet to get back open.
Is there any way you can put your mic closer? You're kind of low.
Oh, it's up there. Sorry, thank you. Dead tickles. My engineering score is 1. I've kind of changed everything where I'm command, con, and medicine now.
Okay.
And engineering, security, and science have gone to 1s and 2s. I didn't say that out loud.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I was just checking.
Yeah, and so I will tell her at that moment that since comms are down, I will check back with you as soon as possible, hopefully within the hour.
Okay.
And then if there's any emergency, just as usual, as per Starfleet, go in the hallway and yell or look for the nearest hall security, and they will be able to help you. But again, in emergencies, okay, we're talking like serious gash wounds, not because Bubby's missing. And then I kind of point over to the youngest. And but then I'm still looking at Susan, though, so that she understands, like, one of those type of moments where just be here and try to be good as possible.
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Again, like I said, main computer's down, which means comms are down, and different things, and we're just trying to get them working. And you know how it can be when comms are down with everybody yelling at the same time. And he'll refer to like a game like the grapevine game, to where he says, don't you remember in class where you're on this side and all the kids in between you, and you're trying to get the end kid to understand, and you say something, but by the time the rumor gets down to the end, is it usually what you say?
Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So right now, I just want to make sure that until things are cleared up and everybody knows what's going on, and we have for sure understanding from the bridge what we're to do, it's just better to not speak out of line. And so, while I'll be gone, that's probably a lot of the things I'll be doing is finding out what those problems are.
Okay.
Yeah. But if anything, I'll fill you in if on the regular dirt, unless it's classified,
Oh, okay.
And then he kind of just nods and winks and says, "Okay, you all be good." Gives the point look, and then I'll head out. And now I'm really confused. So that's the moment where,
Wash steps outside. Why did I come out here?
yeah, right. And then, okay, this is where Wash will stand up for a second, and there'll be maybe that, like, for everybody else, it might be like 5 or 6 seconds where he just kind of is pausing and thinking. And so, okay, he doesn't know what's going on, but Jal just says that she's still captain, and so there's that part. And then, again, I still have nothing. I have no clue what's going on as far as medical and all that snafu. So in his mind, they're still just there. I think at that moment, now that he's got the kids and he's awake, I think his usual thing would be to check into Bridge and the helm peoples.
And
Because of weirdness.
boop. As you calm up, we change over to Medbay with the doctor striding in, along with a certain guest of gold skin, I believe.
Oh, you're letting that happen? Like, I was going to prepare to negotiate my way to release him.
No one's fighting you yet.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Actually, all these people are gone. When you step into Medbay, it looks like it was ransacked. Various things are opened. Various drugs have been grabbed. Various tools. It's a mess. And Stefan kind of stepping after you. Well, this is organized.
Was not like this when I left, believe me.
So, why are we here?
We're meeting 2 others, but first, we need to do something about your appearance.
In what way? He looks at you. He kind of backs away from you a little bit.
You currently stand out.
Why? I look like just...
crew. I need you to...
Right. Yeah.
Just a bit of, skin tone change and maybe some color to your eyes. I think you look really well. And then I'll find you a uniform.
So, as for the eye thing, we'll probably have to... If you have some sort of eye coverings... Contacts?
Well,
you notice his eyes
like
continue
eye
to burble
coverings.
like liquid.
Yeah, just something to go over his eyes that he can still see out of, but...
Visor.
Just hold on while I take your eyes out. No, Alright, so where do we start
I was
then?
giving that to her because she would know that he could wear a visor.
Skin tone first. That's probably the easiest.
Alright. I guess he just jumps up on one of the on the middle bio bed out of sheer I don't know where I should be, and he kind of sits there.
This will take a moment, and she is a hypo.
Give me. You're trying to change his appearance and such. Let's make that a security daring. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna call that medicine control. Difficulty. I'm gonna call it 3. Oh, you're in med bay. I'll call it 2. I just remembered.
Take a threat, and I'm spending 2 more.
Sure.
On 4.
That's the wrong button.
Surgery for a focus?
I don't think you're going that invasive with the disguise.
Xenobiology, so I get the skin tone right.
Xenobiology, I'll give you. Yeah. Dang it. And that's... Oh, goodness. So, 3 momentum gained there?
A 4, but once it's over 1. She said 2.
I look ill, he says when his tone's changed. Ugh. Oh, someone on the ship really wants to kill you, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. Several someones.
I'm sure they are. There's a... Let me go get you a uniform, and your new name is Crewman Stefan Hancock.
All right. You do this a lot, Doctor, or?
No, first time.
I'm sure. You can. You replicate a uniform. What color do you have him in?
Say blue.
Okay. He's in a blue uniform. So, what's the plan? Overload where your captain is and blow them Kingdom Come? Beam a torpedo of some kind? Nerve gas?
Wow.
Nothing like that, but...
We did something much worse.
I'm more concerned about your safety than the overall well-being of the rest of the ship. But we'll cross that bridge when the time comes.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice surgery bay you have, he says as he kind of stands around and puts on the uniform and kind of looks around awkwardly.
Thank you, I guess.
Oh, thank God. As Gyrix and Alan step into the room.
Doctor, you all right?
I'm fine.
Oh, thank goodness.
And I see Alan is up and functional.
He is
Oh,
back on
I'm
his feet.
living life to the fullest, Doctor.
He's a new man in some ways, so to speak.
Doctor, did you
I would
release
hope so.
the captain?
No, I did not. None of the crew members from the Sappho were authorized to report back for duty.
I think that settles it, Gyrix.
Well, Doctor, Do you have any thoughts?
Well, there might be some information I know that you two don't, and frankly, it's disturbing. But apparently, a group called some rogue Starfleet group have been attacking the Al Nomads, and clearly have their own little secret war going on, and we're caught up in the middle of it.
Delightful.
I think these are the people who may have been influencing me.
That's quite likely.
With your
Oh.
permission, I'll try to interface with the computer.
All right, and I'll let him go over to a console, but I'll be like sort of peeking over his shoulder.
I'll mess with the console to see if it does anything.
You're alerted that cold running is in effect. Computer systems are minimized.
We won't be able to do it this way. I will, in order to restore order, I can go into a more tactical mode.
Let's try to see if we can get any more information on the situation first. Question. Would switching
I'll be right
which
back
systems
again.
are affected by cold running adversely affect, would it make us detectable for that moment while we're switching?
Say again, sorry?
If we switch the system affected by cold running, would that necessarily make us detectable for that for any amount of time, or is it just impossible?
Cold running can only be managed from tactical on the bridge.
Great. Okay. Never mind then.
We must control the bridge.
We don't know who's on there right now, and I don't think the two of us, or even the four of us, could acknowledging unfamiliar crewmen whose name he doesn't know. I don't think the four of us could possibly take.
I may have introduced myself in a very helpful way with some security officers. I may be able to get their help, and I'm sure if I'm able to get to a tactical locker that I can assist in at least starting the process
Alan?
of gaining the bridge.
Alan, can I suggest something? Are the environmental systems still operational?
Are
On the
you
bridge?
breathing? Oh, on the bridge.
All of you hear an audible clank noise at the doors. And you hear a hissing coming from the vents in the room. Oh, someone's trying to kill you now, Doctor, says the crewman.
I'm
run to the
my
door.
tricorder and try to identify if there's a substance being pumped in here.
I'm gonna try to use my Superman strength to open the door.
Give me daring security. I'm gonna make this difficulty 4.
Can I spend 2 momentum to get the portable respirators and throw them to the 3 of us?
Go for it.
I'm going to spend... What is the maximum amount of things you can spend?
Spending 2 threat again. Because somebody was prepared.
Is it 5 or is it 6?
I think 5 dice is the most you can do.
Yeah, but it costs 6, don't it, to get to 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll spend 6 threat.
Thank you.
No, okay. I was going to suggest give him 2 and then spend the 4 momentum, but
Boop.
you just have to spend 1 threat to get your bold. At least 1.
I understand.
Okay.
I got bold, so let me reroll 2 of those. So that's 5 successes.
Wait, 2?
Can I reroll 1?
Oh, well then I got 4 successes.
Yeah. As Alan's pulling it open, McNeil's very quickly grabbing for respirators and handing them out. Stefan, when you hand it to him, he kind of looks at it. And then he almost looks like he's about to put it down, like he doesn't need it. And then he looks at his uniform. Oh, right. And then he puts it on. Gearix, you're scanning the air.
You try to figure out what kind of substance they're pumping in.
Give me a reason plus science roll, difficulty 2. 1.
I have no idea what that is.
One thing you know for sure, it's making you awful itchy.
Itchy. Oh, we need to get out of here quickly. This might not be this might not be in whatever this is. It might not be respiratory in nature.
How
And
about
then the
we
doors
spend 2
pop
momentum
open.
to create.
Say again,
Never
McNeil?
mind. I was gonna say we could use 2 momentum to create an advantage that we can go hit the Jeffrey Stoops and they're fine. But the door is open.
Yep, because you have Murderbot. Your mic's up again. Your mic's up again, Jamie.
No, I know, because I'm not saying anything. That's my dad.
Oh.
I just smiled at you.
So, was someone doing something? Because I was waiting on someone to say stuff.
You have the door open, right?
Yes.
Let's get out of here then.
Is it clear, Mr. Allen?
I will look to see if there's anyone in the corridor.
And then someone tries to shoot you.
Are they... Do I see them, or do I just see the beam?
You see the beam as your head pops out.
Part of me was gonna say like the addendum that as I left the kids would have been to one of the babysitters or teachers to meet them in their room just to stay with them or whatever. But now that there's gunfight in the hallways, how can I do that?
Is there a Jeffries tube that we can go through from sickbay?
That's why I was suggesting the 2 momentum, that there is a Jeffrey's tube that's clear and free.
That's what
Right.
you said. I misheard you entirely. You can spend for that for Jeffrey's tube to be something you can go through if you want, given that someone's being shot. Thankfully, Alan, you're only being shot by Type 2. So, yay?
Gearix, there's a Jeffrey's tube over here. Might be best if we make our escape here.
I would agree. I go ahead and pop that open. Mr. Allen, can you reseal that door? Oh, wait till he's done getting shot.
You have resistance, I believe, Alan.
4. Resistance of 4.
And actually, because you are popping your head out, I'm going to roll for the cover to see how much it helps you. All my stuff's in the wrong places. It's slowing me down. Can't just get knocked out like good little players. You have to be clever and fight me on it. Jeez.
So I kind of take it my message has been intercepted.
Say again?
I said I kind of take it that my message has been intercepted.
It's about to come through. I'm kind of playing the delay game with you guys. Because you're kind of all off time from each other at the moment. Ooh, wrong page. Because you're calling them with your comm badge. Yeah? As opposed to...
No, I sent a person.
Oh, right! Oh, dear. Yeah, thank you for that reminder. That person's probably okay. I mean, you know, it's not like they were told to shoot anybody. Yeah, they're probably okay. My mic's hot. Oh well. Spoilers. Your messenger isn't dead.
Yay.
See, the normal-minded may not have picked it up, but there was that subtle hint of sarcasm in his voice, just ever so lightly.
Okay.
I speak fluent sarcasm. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
I was making sure I had a number, and I was like, oh, it's at my discretion. So.
So how much is the resistance? Because I
1,
can't.
2, and 3 on top of your existing one.
Oh well, then they came up short by 1.
Because what's your regular resistance against being, And they'd probably be, actually, no, they'd be shooting stun. They wouldn't be told to be, killing people.
Yeah, well, if it's done, then I have a natural of 4.
So 4, 5,
You
6,
can just go ahead and
7,
slow down. They're nice.
5, 6,
The
yeah.
first thing I said is pretty, and I said,
So one of the phaser beams, there's a pair of security officers with Type 2 phasers. When you pop your head out, you kind of feel a tingling on your forehead, and then you're able to pull away as the beam tries to track and it starts striking into the bulkhead. That probably didn't. That felt weird, but you're okay.
Can I lean out and try to hit one of them?
You'd have to go out into the hallway to attack them.
I can't just like lean around the door?
They're a little bit of distance away from the door. Like, they're not standing right at the door. They're, like, down the hallway a bit.
I think he's talking about to lean out and stun them with the phaser.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit them.
Oh, sorry.
I have
used
a
to
Type
punching
2.
people.
No, I was dumb and let him have a phaser.
Okay, yeah, you could totally shoot them. Totally.
And that's steering or control security?
Control.
Yep.
If you're stunning them, control. If you're killing... Okay, I'm just kidding.
Control security difficulty 2.
I'll spend a threat,
Okay.
and I have hand phasers.
I don't know if that applies here. You're not handing them a phaser.
Once again,
smell
that's
what you-
subtle.
I smell what you
Right.
stepped in.
Yeah. See that
Oh,
subtle
I
hint of
gotta
sarcasm?
roll more than 1 dice.
I mean,
Yes,
you
you
don't
do,
have
although
to.
you hit them.
And you gain 2 momentum on top of it.
Oh wait, I rolled 3 dice. Wait, 1 second.
No, that was
Because I
2.
spent a threat.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Well, that reminds me. I hit you pretty well back there, didn't I? I did. I got momentum on my end. What am I doing? Well, threat, but you know, which I'll spend towards something else. So yeah, you hit one of them for sure, and they have no cover like you do, so that's unfortunate. I should probably put some tokens out there.
I will re-roll. So it's base of 3 plus my security.
Yes.
So I should have 8, and I only got 2, so I'll spend 1 to re-roll 6.
Pew. And pew. One of the security guards goes down.
I'll keep the turn.
2 momentum, unless you have quick action in your
Yeah.
group.
No,
It'd be
but,
swift task. You
but
can't keep the turn. You'll be passing to someone else.
well then I'll do swift task.
All right.
We have floating momentum right now. Because I just generated 4 momentum and we were at
You're
5.
at 2.
Oh,
We were at 2.
Yeah.
okay. I'll spend a threat again.
Giving me a threat again.
I don't like that threat.
McNeil's right, since you're quick actioning.
That's 4. And I'll re-roll 6 dice again.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Yep.
They're both gone?
Yep. You stunned both of them.
How far away is the nearest security locker from me?
A fair amount of distance. It's on the same deck. You can get to one.
I'm gonna take a Jeffries tube to the nearest security locker.
And those who, Garrix and McNeil. What are you two doing?
Well, so Alan took care of the people in the hallway, but we don't know if there's more of them out there. Suggestions, Doctor?
Splitting up is a very bad idea, and at this point, I hate to say it, but arming ourselves would probably be a good idea.
All right then, let's go.
Into the hallway you go? No.
Through the Jeffries tube we go. Down the rabbit hole.
Scene change as we step onto the bridge of the Victoria.
Cue panic attack. No.
Did
That's a
someone
player
say
panic attack.
Q?
Right? Where's John Delancey when you need him?
God damn it!
Delancey! Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. Time for the fun. Woohoo. Hold on.
I don't have enough tokens.
Oh, this will be a fun time. Y'all is so outnumbered. This is gonna be hilarious.
You could just get back up.
I prompted it before the thing, so you chose.
As the doors
I have
open,
security officers. Oh yeah.
Captain Renard is sitting in the chair, looks over her shoulder. Oh, hello, Lieutenant Commander Jal. I heard you were
Captain?
okay. You can take your post.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're sitting in my spot, Captain. The doctor has not cleared you for duty, and I am acting captain of this ship.
Oh, since the doctor's being treasonous, could you have her secured, please?
She pulls out her phaser. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You're fired.
Shot at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Commander Dessar turns in his chair and starts to shoot you. The minute
That's
you start
fine.
drawing your weapon.
Yep.
You say this is fine. I do not think this is fine.
And
she's gonna duck in a minute. She's gonna roll back in that turbo lift.
I'm gonna spend 2 threat, and you notice that as he's pointing his phaser at you, there's a red light on top.
Yep.
Now that's not
Fairly well.
procedure. So
In
that
the slow down moment of him turning and you pulling out your phaser, the look, you can hear your security guards behind you, like your security detachment, you can hear them already moving aside, like they're getting ready. Probably you are as well. You're trying to not get shot.
Yep.
And it's all but you can tell that the guys behind you aren't like, they didn't like press their faces against your back, or none of them smacked you over the head. It's obvious these guys didn't, without thinking twice about it. You know, the guys you brought with you are loyal to you at least.
Yep.
The bridge crew, a lot of it is made up of with the exception of the tactical officer, he's one of your security guards. He looks confused. He's not like reaching for a weapon or anything. And he just looks utterly flabbergasted that you're being shot, or that you have a phaser pointed at her. Like, it's like, what's going on? The rest of the crew have this sort of professional detachment about it. Yeah. Like nothing is wrong.
I don't recognize any of them either.
Yeah, these are all. This is your senior crew. That's the original chief of security.
I was the original chief, so he would have been my second.
Chief science,
okay.
Chief flight, chief ops, chief engineer.
Oh, okay.
The only guy who isn't part of the original senior staff is this guy back here.
Yeah, Donaldson.
Poor guy chose the wrong day to show up on bridge duty.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm going to spend 1 threat to make sure he hits you.
Of course, why not?
Because I'm a nice person. See, if I say it enough, it's true.
Some roll 320s.
Eventually, you'll believe your own lie. I know how it works.
Pew.
Pew pew pew.
I think we're rolling solid 2s on phaser rolls. We've gotten like one or 2 1s on the last like 4 or 5 phaser rolls.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, he's gonna be spending some of that extra stuff.
Of course he is. Why not? I have a determination ready to go to keep standing if I have to.
I mean, why do you think that's going to be necessary?
I know exactly why it's going to be necessary.
You did.
I have 2 of them that will work.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So he rolls. He's only using a type 2. He has no reason for him to walk around with a type 3.
That he knew of.
Yeah.
And then Joe comes in.
Mm-hmm.
This burp's for you.
Right.
And he hit you by... He's going to spend at least 2 of his momentum toward bonus damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he can just add damage on top of it.
You're
Doesn't
about to
actually
have a lethal injury, like 100%.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I know.
Pew.
And Altera,
Yeah.
I think the captain did order me to take care of the kids, so I think I will have stopped by the mess crew instead to get food. So I am not showing up on the bridge anytime soon. Just
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Just kidding.
I'm eventually on my way, but I gotta stop to make first.
Okay, well, to stay up, I will spend my determination with the value fight over flight.
And part of his momentum spend is going to be secondary target. He basically paints the phaser over and hits one of your guys behind you.
Yep.
And you hear a painful yell. Actually, how much damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So. Yeah. So one of your guys gets hit behind you.
Yep.
He's still. You can hear him groaning in pain. But you didn't hear the other, and you hear your other security guy slam himself against the turbolift door wall, trying to get away from the shot.
Oh. Yep.
It is back to you.
Yep. I turn my phaser very quickly, switch it to kill, and aim at the commander and fire. I am also
Well, alrighty then.
burning the value No One Lies to Jal, because clearly I have been lied to in my relationship with the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to burn it on anything, and I'm going to use my determination on the value anything to win.
Very well.
And I will give you 2 threat
Very good.
for third dice. Since I don't have to re-roll that.
Engineer and doctor together, you do not mess with that.
See, I should be rolling 8, so I'm going to spend a momentum and re-roll 3 dice. And then I use my movement to back into the turbo lift and say med bay.
I'm going to spend 2 threat. When you hit the commander, he vaporizes.
That's fine. He killed one of my men, tit for tat.
So it's a murder lieutenant commander now? Or murder captain?
In this situation, yes.
Wait, no! Okay, good, thank you.
Oh dear.
And yeah.
Unless they were headed in the same direction, I was not going with them.
They're kind of. You guys are heading to. Actually, no. There was
They're
a
in the
change in
Jeffrey
threat.
tubes. I'm walking down the hall. I'm in a Jeffrey tube, but I'm headed towards security locker.
Well, so were they. They were following you.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Are you guys still heading to security locker?
Or should we head to Cargo Bay 1?
Well, I thought we were gonna arm ourselves and then.
Okay,
head to
yeah,
Cargo Bay
let's
one.
stick together for now. Head to the security locker then.
Alan's probably way
missing
ahead of
someone.
them.
Rounding around the corner is a person in Operation Gold, running down the hallway and just kind of skitters back as they almost run into you. Because you kind of crawl off a Jeffrey's tube and about to step over to where the armory is.
I ignore them and
We're
head
missing a
downward.
token.
Stefan.
Don't worry, he's fine.
I mean, I guess that's a skin killer now.
The operation officer kind of skids to a stop and kind of looks at, Doctor?
Crewman?
Right. The, Lieutenant Selena just sent me to find you. Right. We have a barricaded engineering. You can send down patients there whenever.
Well, considering there are no patients at the moment, I'll make note of that. Thank you. You should probably find someplace safe.
And at that, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wash, shoot you in the back. No. Like I said, I am not being the crew in this game. I'm sorry. You'll have to pick somebody else.
Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh well.
Oh, he's red. Tire.
This was the tint the darn thing there. Ah. What? Ah, forget it.
Oh, now it's Star Trek Discovery. Awesome.
We don't talk of that blasphemy.
Shut up,
Shots
I love that
fired.
show.
Shots fired.
I mean, that's what's going to
Shots
happen.
fired.
So, what you see stepping out of the security room are two security guards with Type 3 phasers. They don't look like they were rushing out like they're responding to something. It was more the casual, we have our Type 3s, we're going to walk out, and then they were talking to each other, and then they turn and look at the five of you. The operations officer over there just kind of looks eternally confused. And the crewman steps here. Like he's to step in the way of any attempted shots.
Are you with Jaw?
We're with the captain, and Jaw's with the captain.
No. Are you with Jaw or are you with the captain?
Wait, weren't you just assembled?
He has made a full recovery. And then some, I believe.
I'm here on Jaw's behalf. And I hope you are too.
Give me a presence command difficulty 2.
Do I want to come down the hallway? Do I not?
I mean, here you are. I'll send some threat. You're there.
I'll spend 1 threat and 2 momentum to get 4 dice.
Sure.
Can I assist with my one with the people? Or I'm
I
trying to
got
find
it.
You happen to be walking it just as that's starting.
Okay.
Like you can see a big because you're turning the corner and there's this big gathering of people. It's like,
Right.
oh,
At first I'm interested, and then I'm like, oh no.
hey, one momentum. Can someone please explain what's going on? Says one of the security officers.
The ship is in a general mutiny.
Yeah.
Most of the ship is on the side of Captain Jaw, but there are a few officers who have seized the bridge who are defying her.
Captain Renard is not well and is acting out of order. We're all Starfleet officers here, with the exception of Mr. Allen, who has agreed to help in this situation. We are going to have to try to end this quickly and with minimal violence.
I relieved the captain and the rest of the senior staff when they were beaten aboard under General Order 104 Section C. They are not fit to be in command of this vessel.
Washington says, oh, okay, that explains everything now. Thank you. And I mean that in a respectable, because he's like, I got a call from Jaw earlier, and I had the same question, and she said, yes, she's definitely captain.
Okay, so you're here to arm yourselves then.
That is
Correct.
the first stage. And then I could very much use your help in the second and third stages.
Well, Mr. Allen, we could probably resolve this without firing a shot. We just need to get to the environmental control systems.
I do not believe that's possible, Doctor. I've been fired upon.
Doctor.
Mr. Allen, I believe we can do. I believe the doctor's plan is probably the most efficient in this instance.
I hope it doesn't require the use of a computer.
Someone close to you has died.
Wash says the computers have been down basic comms, but I agree with everyone else. As much as the idea of like quick stunning and all of these things, we do have children on this ship.
And the last thing we want is a firefight on the bridge.
Because if anything happens, one thing goes bad, next thing goes bad, the ship blows up. We've killed some children. So think about that before any more tactical decisions. But that is like other than Starfleet number one priority. He just kind of looks around at everybody, but not in a rude way, like kind of,
Yeah, I think Doctor has something.
Stefan, what do you mean someone has died nearby?
He closes it. Well, no, you can see him close his eyes because he has an eye covering. Oh, you're empathic. You can tell in concentration. He's concentrating hard on something. Several decks above us, someone just, I assume disintegration occurred. They were thinking of you. That's all I have. I don't know who this person is, but they seemed important. You were important to them. I assume they were important to you.
We must assume the captain's died, which means we need to put all pressure possible on the bridge.
Whatever we do, we have to make a decision quickly.
The hell are you talking about?
Can I do an empathic reading and see if I can't sense Jaw on the ship?
Give me insight medicine. Difficulty 2.
Yeah, because Wash just
Take
kind
a
of
threat.
like
Sure.
saddens for a moment.
This is a stretch, but psychology?
I'll add a complication if you want. To let you
No.
have it. Come on, it's always worked out for other people. There's 2 momentum for you.
Oh shit.
What is Jal's mental state right now?
Pain, betrayal, heartbreak,
Oh yeah.
sadness.
Oh, you just reminded me. Fitness plus medicine, difficulty 3 there, Jal.
Yep. Soon to be extreme medical distress. I'm spending a momentum. Composure as a focus.
Yes.
Okay. I'm spending a momentum for a 3rd dice, because this can only go well.
One sense you get that's really strong in the mind, McNeil, is she's taken a life, and it's that sense that a security officer usually gets in service when they've taken a life of someone they knew, and it shakes them up. But it seems Jal has that locked down. Like they're still they're not freaking out at the moment. But you can also sense in the sort of abject, a low like subconscious abject terror. Like they know they're in danger. Like they know their survival is at risk. So either they're dying or someone's shooting at them.
She looks to the 2 crew member. Crew member, I ask you to relinquish those Type 3 phasers to Alan and myself. Or not Alan, but Garrett's.
We can just walk in and get more.
There's no time for that. They can walk back in there and get their own.
Here.
I mean, I'm gonna disregard that because there's something I want to get before we leave. Because we don't know how many people are gonna shoot at us. I want to
will.
grab.
I'll take the Type 2.
I'll take the Type 3, but I also want to grab body armor
Couldn't
and
hurt.
grenades.
No grenades on the bridge. No grenades on the bridge.
They're not explosive like that. They're not like World War II grenades.
I mean, they can be.
Wash says, is there a way... Okay, I get the idea that Jaw, you said something bad happened, but also Jaw is, you still sense. So is there a way that we could, like,
She didn't
get
tell
on
you
the... Oh, the
that.
computer's dead.
She didn't tell you that Jaw's in danger. She just
Oh, sorry,
literally
okay.
said,
Not danger, but is
yeah.
that she's alive? That's
she
more what
didn't
I meant.
tell you that. She didn't say anything like that. She just said,
she's just
Okay,
"She
watching.
wasn't-"
okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then if she doesn't know that he didn't know that, then he wouldn't say that part. But maybe he'll still say, "Is there a way that we could see what happened on the bridge?" But is the computer still down?
The computers are at minimal functionality. You won't be able to use them to do very much at all.
Correct.
Do we need to work out the... Do we need to... I know we need to do opportunity cost, but since we're already in combat, do we have to do escalation? Because the situation's already been escalated.
Yes.
Then do we have to pay for the Type 3 phasers?
For at least 2 of them, you don't, because NPCs are surrendering theirs to help you out.
Okay, then for me and if we do what we said we were gonna do, I'm at least gonna spend 2 momentum and 3 threat.
Does my friend follow?
He does.
I'm thinking she was talking about her new golden pet.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. I'm dense.
I'll follow them once I have the gear.
Yeah. So you are grabbing what again? Sorry.
Body armor and grenades.
Okay.
I'll grab body armor so that I can help Alan, but not the grenades. And I'm going to be that one that's the children on the ship's voice in his ear, just to make sure whatever he does is contained. You know, so Wash is definitely keeping with Alan.
So if Garrix didn't get anything, that's all of our momentum and 5 threat.
Yeah. Boop. Well, I guess I should report back to engineering. And she starts
Oh.
wandering away.
Poor crewman.
Right, Ensign, or sorry, it's not Ensign on the thing anymore. Oops. Says, yeah, go back and find a location for safety. Yeah, or he'll, as Starfleet, he'll say follow protocol, whatever it is. Jamie doesn't remember the words, but it could be alphas, something or beta omega. Anywho, and just says, just get to a safe location, and then he'll go with Alan.
Okay, so where is Washburn and Allen going? The Allen twins.
I plan to follow them close to Turbolift, but I'm going to take a Jeffries tube up to the bridge.
Okay. Yep. And I'll try to keep up.
Okay, so you guys are kind of nearby. I didn't need to remove you guys because I just remembered this is my generic map for the deck. Whoops. Oh well.
Yeah, because this is the deck with the med bay, so I would be popping up as they're running to it. Just because that's the way plot convenience works in Star Trek.
No.
So, what's Jolson doing during all this?
Sleeping.
Right, I was going to say he took the spot I wanted, which was the sleeping.
And actually, Jolson. I imagine, Jolson, that with all the alarms and the commotion, you walk probably to the bridge, I'd imagine, to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on my way to the bridge.
And then you see 2 people crawling into a Jeffries tube, 2 people rushing over to a turbo lift, and Jal stumbling out of the turbo lift with a really bad phaser burn. Oh, Alan and Washburn seem to be in body armor, carrying Type 3 phasers.
Captain.
Oh,
I have instructed Mr. Allen that is last resort by any means, but if things do get dangerous, we have it.
Oh.
I keep forgetting about my guy.
Well, that was a bad idea.
Garrett, are you okay?
I'm fine, but it looks like the captain took a nasty phaser burn there. Doctor, can you help her?
Oh, I never did like that bastard, but still. Oh,
Working on it.
You
no.
shoot someone again?
After he shot me, yes.
Okay then.
Well, he didn't suffer long.
Yeah, she does relay that, unfortunately, she did have to kill him. And that it was the commander.
So
And
Jolson,
she looks up weakly at the doc and said, well, they think you're a traitor. Oh. And then she just kind of leans back and closes her eyes as she's getting worked on.
Jolson, what are you doing with this flood of information?
So, we have a depressed, slightly psychotic man on the bridge. What's the situation of the engine room? Woman.
Yep. Oh, and she will probably also relay that all of your old bosses are there in your spots.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Yep.
Darn you, McNeil, for being a doctor. I have no reason to deprive you of your medical kit.
I was gonna say, and that's why. But that's just me being facetious.
Stop messaging me, people. Not you. On my phone. Because that's where my book is.
So, the bridge is occupied.
Yeah.
What about auxiliary control, engineering?
As far as I know, the engineers in it are still loyal to Garrix. She kind of looks weakly at him.
Lieutenant Selena is with the engineering staff at the moment, I believe.
I can't believe I'm about to say that actually sounds like a relief.
But they have secured main engineering, so hopefully we can resolve this one way or another.
Well, at least the commander's weapon was not set to stun. He vaporized one of my security staff.
I was hoping we could avoid anything like this.
But yes, Doctor, they apparently have deemed you a traitor. So...
Well, Doc, do we have any documentation of their unfitness for command?
emergency medicine for a focus?
Yes.
I'm gonna spend my determination. Precision and diligence are a doctor's primary tools.
Yep.
Oh, take another threat, by the way.
It's like Christmas.
Oh, we're going up.
And I'm gonna assist Jaw making a recovery task.
Oh, what is that? What is a recovery task?
That is...
I've never done one of those.
You do a fitness command task, difficulty 2. 1, because you guys are not being shot at right now.
Okay. Difficulty 1.
Yeah.
Focus. I made it. You have enough threat, and I didn't feel like wasting momentum.
I think I can assist with control medicine.
Yes, you can. Difficulty 2.
No, I'm assisting.
Oh, no, assisting. Yeah, assisting. My bad. I was thinking something else. I was reading something else the minute you said that.
Yay, max momentum.
Yep. And I'm going to spend 2 threat.
Wait, real quick, how much stress are you down, Joe?
How much does that heal? Because I believe I took 7.
That just saved you from the injury that was going to kill you.
Oh, well then I'm at 7. Stress taken out.
I see.
I have
Okay.
7 left.
You
I'm
can
at about half health.
Spend 3 momentum to regain 6 stress.
Oh, well then I'm going to do that.
Doctor, when you're patching up and you're scanning Jal to make sure that she's not going to die on you, you notice that as part of the healing process, there's some complication in her physiology that she has in the short term, she has a motor control issue in her hands, so it's going to increase the difficulty of anything involving the use of her hands. It will go away if she just rests for several hours or gets pumped full of drugs at an opportunity cost of 1 from your bag. But
please, doctor, pump me
I'll
full of
spend the
drugs.
momentum.
Yes. Thank you.
yeah, Jal, there's a brief moment, Jal, where you feel that you're like, oh yeah, I can move. Oh, my hands won't stop twitching, and then you get injected, and then your hands go back to normal again.
Thank you,
Injector
doctor.
with hydrocodone and
Also, you don't feel any pain.
alkalizine or alkalizine. Say it. Lacazine? Yeah, lacazine. Yeah.
Alkazine.
Alright. After she, crunches her hands together a couple of times, like she's to test that she has full motion back in them.
They still move, but you feel that when you flex like that, you can feel this weird twinge up your arm, like, you're working because drugs are letting you work. You're still kind of not 100. You're 99% not 100.
Okay, well, it's good enough for now.
Captain.
Garrix.
Hi, Captain.
Yes. No, you were saying something, Lieutenant.
I was just asking, what do we do? It looks like they still have the bridge held.
Well, I might suggest we just shoot them all, says the crewman.
Not ideal.
It's not. However, they are fairly adamant that at least the Doctor and now I am a traitor to the Federation, so talking it out may not be an option either.
I plan to come out either. I don't know where all the Jeffries tubes are going to let out, but I plan to come out either in the conference room or the captain's ready room, depending on where there's an open. I do not plan to just crawl out into the main bridge.
Hi, everybody. Why is everyone shooting at me?
And she'll... Oh, go ahead.
We could pump the bridge full of anesthetic gas and knock them out. Also,
Except that they have
proved that
have
they were
environmental
not.
controls.
We could
We had to
we
regain
could
control of
manually
environmental
override.
controls.
Wash, do you want to make the con insight roll?
Let's see. Con and insight for me is con and
Better
insight,
than
sorry.
Alan's.
I have a 9.
9 and 5, so 13.
Go ahead.
So
and
yeah, Wash is making the
Go
roll.
ahead and spend a momentum, because it's going to screw us up pretty bad if we miss this.
He has both
Alrighty.
con.
Oh, if you have bold cod, then yeah, spend a momentum to buy 3 dice.
Or a threat.
A threat.
Oh, you said bold, right? That's right.
Yeah, spend a threat. And, do you guys want to give him more threat?
No.
I think you'll make it.
I think this is fine.
Okay,
This
and
is
then,
fine.
let's see. Focus, EPS power,
No.
small craft.
Nope.
Oh yeah, we're not big craft now. Never mind. Okay. Operation half years. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any focuses. So straight roll. Oh, look at that.
Oh, well, momentum. So those two are going to pop out somewhere. If I could highlight them. There we go.
What?
Can I say something to him before we get to the bridge? Like as
Sure.
we're crawling through the tube? Okay. Then while we're crawling through the tube, I'll just look up at you, Wash, and go. I think you're my friend. I don't think I want you to die.
God damn it. The feels.
And I look up, it's one of those where we watched Alan not have any feelings for a long time, right? And so I just look over him and confused, but at the same time, that's cool. You're my friend too.
I think they want to hurt you and me.
There is that possibility. But again, try to stand first as best as possible.
But I want to destroy them.
I understand that, but now that you are this new you and want to be around the everyday folk where people don't like killing people, that's very inappropriate here.
But they want to hurt my friends. I feel the need to destroy them.
Well, I would ask that you take that need and put it in a little box for now, and we could discuss that later as friends. Understood? Again, for the children and families.
I'll try.
He tilts his head a little bit and says, try sometimes gives the idea that if something does happen, you can be, I tried, but how about you switch the word to, as far as our discussion on murder, and that we don't do it, go we may in times have to see it, but still, seeing it or not, we still, the next second or nanosecond after that, we go back to the original rule of we don't murder, and just tell me that you just won't. You will use every other method to not murder. Knock them out, incapacitate, unconscious, no murder.
I don't know. I will try, but if they hurt you or another member of the crew, I feel like I just want to say bathe in their blood.
I'm gonna, at that moment, Altera, mark that in my head as noted, and then next to it, Girix, the rest of the crew, anyway, and then say, box that one up for discussion later too, because that goes along with murder. We just don't. Anywho, let's follow the rest of the crew.
Well then.
And just the,
Well, it's just us
walk
now.
off.
It's just us now. We're like almost on the bridge, or on the bridge now.
Yeah, you're about to open up a panel.
Well, we'll wait until we hear everybody else's joined on the bridge, so that we're not like too early or too late.
I don't think anyone else is coming. It's just you and me. Yeah, there was no plan here. You just followed me.
Question. In my head, did I get... Okay, because that's the part where Jamie probably messed up, because I thought everybody was like headed to the bridge in time.
You're giving us way too much credit.
You are.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
okay.
y'all might go back for round 2, but that's only because she's kind of pissed off right now.
But you and me have Type 3 phasers, body armor, I have some grenades, and we have the element of surprise. So just... We'll make it happen.
I'll say, I look at him and I say, pause 1 second, and now, next question. Jamie, Jamie's gonna ask a question. Did Wash definitely heard the conversation where putting gas and knocking them out?
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that was floated aloud.
Yeah, I don't know if it was before or after you got there, but it was said aloud.
If I recall correctly, it was. However, I'm not sure we ever agreed on anything before people started doing stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought you wanted to chill with me.
No, there's a part of me where I actually must put my headset in. That's one of those moments where, like when my dad, when my dad was talking to me earlier, you heard him or something, where I just missed probably 3 or 4 words that never would, so, that it's not a plan yet. And so I thought there was. Okay, so how is Wash going to correct the situation?
We're going to bust down some doors.
No. Because
I mean, Alan is going to, and he really hopes you're going to help him, because it's going to become hairy.
Can I stun Alan? I was just kidding. It is okay.
I mean, I'll give you threat if you do.
No. Don't tell Jamie that.
I'm kidding.
Well, okay.
I'll just point out the last time somebody tried that, it didn't end well.
Okay. Like I said, I'm trying to think how Wash would think about this, considering because now that I know that this wasn't technically a plan, I don't think I would have ever let Alan get this close. I would have made him, made him get with the rest of the crew.
I'll spend 2 threat to delay Wash's realization. It's like, wait, hold on, crap, where is everybody?
And comms in ship comms still work, right?
Yeah, you could talk.
You can hit the comm badge, yeah.
Because the comm badge will still work.
I caution you before you start speaking to computers, but
I'm not speaking to computers. I am using comms.
Which uses the computers of the ship to daisy chain it along.
be careful.
So the comm badges will work, but your communications can be monitored. So this guy's taking off. You're taking off.
If you want to go back down to them, you can do that.
Whoops!
Like,
I should have done that.
Alan's not gonna force you to follow him or anything.
And she's gone.
Yeah, Jolson and her are heading to the security locker. Jal to also grab a Type 3 and body armor.
Right. Now, I guess, I think I'm stuck now on the idea that when you guys ran down the hallway with Garrick's and everybody, whoever, Garrick's and McNeil's position to let Alan go off wherever from that point, because I didn't hear anybody say, hey, Alan's with us, or, kind of thing.
No, he left on his own.
Yeah, and
we were walking in the same direction now.
Well, there is the one comment that Alan made that says once he gets outfitted, he is going to join them.
Yeah, but if I said that, it was out of character. It was Alan is walking that direction with them.
Okay,
but I did. I don't. But I definitely have had the intention to go to the bridge via Jeffrey's tube for a while.
Yeah, because the main group got split away off to Jal being injured. Alan started crawling into a Jeffrey's tube. You kind of were after him for a little bit. And there was this disconnect, even in character, in dialogue, where people were moving around and no one really checked on you two to see where you guys were going. And eventually it's just time kept going until, wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if there's visible fear on your face, Alan will say something.
Well, no, it's not the fear part in the sense of going in there and doing the job. But then he says, I do apologize. I have clicked in my new rank from ensign to lieutenant LG. There was no plan given to me by the captain. And before we do anything on that bridge, we must affirm a plan. And since we cannot use comms, that means we need to go locate them, or a way to speak with them. And until we get that yes or no from either Jal or McNeil, we are not doing anything on the bridge with these two Type 3 phasers.
I got a question.
And if you are...
Sorry. Can I spend 2 momentum for Jal to make a ship-wide announcement?
Before you even do that, I'll save you the trouble. I'm gonna spend 2 threat. You try and you're shut down immediately.
Of course.
Right?
She kind of looks at Jolson with like deep regret in her face and is like, already killed one of them. My career can't go much further down the shitter.
Well, you're not going down the hole by yourself. Oh, and Jolson grabs a phaser from the locker.
So that's 2 opportunity, and I just gained 4 threat.
I look at Wash and say, Lieutenant, no one is coming. We can't talk to them unless you leave. I do not intend to move. I can't hurt you. I can't hurt a friend. But I can't back down either. They've already shot one of my friends.
Would you be willing to not go in the bridge? You stay there, but promise to not do your plan yet as far as entering the bridge and force.
Before I answer that,
you wait for me to return.
Before I answer that, GM, can I Can I ask if during this whole episode anyone's tried to issue me command?
No.
And if I and we just, I hope you see that this time not really once have I tried to order you to do anything. I've tried to ask and
You
plead promises.
you get the drift that if you stay, he's gonna wait until he can convince you, but if you leave, he's gonna do what he wants to do. Like, you can argue with him, or he can go. Because at this point, he's already seen the captain shot, and he's not prepared to handle anyone else getting shot. He can't imagine the dealing with emotions that come from seeing someone shot again.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think this is how I'm going to handle this. And it's where I don't leave Alan, but at the same time I this is that moment where I'm just like, if they see me or see comms, I'm going to try to do this in and out, just do this quick. And I hit the badge and I say, wash to jaw.
I look at him with a finger over my mouth and say, "Don't say where we are."
Your comm badge? Ner.
Shit.
That's it, Lieutenant. This is our only choice.
All right. If by some way of your programming you're my friend and understand where I'm coming from, I can't kill or murder, and I wish that you wouldn't.
I will attempt to take them. I will attempt to take them non-lethally, but if they use lethal force, I will resort to lethal force.
He says, I hope the best that stunning then works. And again, that's affirmative. That'll be my first method. It will be on wide beam to hopefully just stun the whole room.
That's what I have grenades for. And if you would take up position by the door, I will commence. Not in front of the door, but ready to breach.
And these are and you've set these to be stun grenades, I hope.
I don't think Starfleet issues lethal grenades. They don't say they're vicious or lethal on the thing.
He's just, it's one of those where Wash doesn't know Alan, so he's just verifying.
Yeah, I might be able to choose lethal, but I think I can choose intense, but I don't think I can choose lethal.
You can choose vicious, intense.
Okay, well, yeah, I want.
It's like a
as far as since Wash doesn't know the difference, I'll just say they won't. They're not intended to dismember. They're intended to incapacitate.
Wash looks at him and says, "Thank you. Understood." Okay, so he's like, if there's no way that I can stop you from doing this, and since I can't get a hold of everybody else, I did at least when when everybody was leaving the hallway, I said that I would keep an eye on you. They're not going to be happy that I was unable to talk you down, right? I'm unable to talk you down from doing such actions?
With the methods at hand. I mean, if we were able to talk to the captain, or I don't see any way with just you and him in the room that this is gonna go anywhere. Like, if the captain was here, or you could talk to the captain. It would be different, but
And since I can't, you're going to go forward?
I am.
Okay, so just let it be known that we are trying to incapacitate, not kill, at the best of our abilities. Yes, yes. Okay. And then he
Then-
just kind of just nods at you.
Then I'll usher him into a tactical position and hit the panel on the door and roll a grenade out into the middle of the bridge.
And we'll catch up to you guys in a moment. In the hallway, we have the tactical Jal and tactical Jolson meeting up with the rest of the normal Starfleet people, especially this guy. He's the most normal of Starfleet.
Oh yes, totally.
So normal, I don't even recognize him.
I'm scratching on my body armor. Does it always itch, or is it just me?
You might be
You
allergic
get used
to the,
to it.
You might be allergic to the biocarapace.
Oh.
Well, that looks comfortable.
No. The last. Maybe. Actually, for me, it feels like a warm blanket. She does, and you just notice her setting. Like, you've never noticed somebody mess with their Type 3 this much, but she is putting in like personalized settings for the thing. And say, okay, maybe round 2 will go better. Really didn't want to have to do this.
Again, and our further court-martial kind of hinges on the fact, Doc, do we have documentation that these men should not be on duty?
It was
don't think
logged
the
in the
doc-
computer. It was logged into the computer core, which the computer core, as you can see, is having issues.
Well then, I guess we'll fix that later.
Alright, well, I think there's a Jeffries tube around here that leads to my ready room. Follow me, Jolson, and we head for the exact same Jeffries tube that Alan and Wash took.
Captain,
Where
does
did
it need help, or
Actually, yes. I need you. Sorry, Lieutenant, I'm not comfortable putting you into any kind of mortal danger, seeing as you're one of the only officers with a family on board.
I'm a Starfleet officer. I'm prepared to do what I'm ordered to. Give me your orders, and I will follow them to the letter.
Garrix,
We're going
do what you can.
need backup, but yeah, Jolson, go ahead.
Do what you can, and to stop their command and functions. Disable the ship, as you can.
All right. Very good. I can do that.
In fact-
Temporarily.
In fact, disable the warp core. You know how to
Alright,
do it.
then. I will head straight for main engineering.
Thank you. Jolson, come on.
All right.
Well, Doctor, that just leaves you and me. Although I have a
Unfortunately, I think I
suggestion.
need to hit. Oh, go ahead.
Don't you have one of your Alcarans aboard? One of your senior staff is one of them?
Yes, I was about to go venture that way myself.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it out there that he is going to know that I'm not a crewman. So you should probably do most of the talking, and I should wait somewhere else until it's okay for me to come in. Our peoples have a history. You sense empathy, amusement instead of discomfort. Like his voice sounds discomfort, but it's more he's finding it funny.
is there something funny about this situation to you, Stefan?
A little, yeah. I mean, I'm dressed up like a
Elaborate.
Starfleet officer while you guys are shooting at each other, and I'm not killing anyone. And for some reason, I find this more enjoyable. It's odd. Oh, I'm sure this is very trying for you, though.
Oblige. More like an annoyance.
Ah.
A quick question out of game.
Mm-hmm.
I know I sent you a message.
Oh.
Was that a momentum
Just-
spend?
With that injection, you bought that crew member some time to live until you can get to them in a future scene, but you're gonna have to do surgery on them to get them back on their feet. But they're not gonna die on you for now, because your medical staff is still. It will be able to assist long enough to keep them alive.
There's no medical staff in sickbay.
Oh, that's a problem.
EMH?
Yeah, oh, and Fleur isn't there because she didn't leave.
You don't have
If Garrett, well, no, I was gonna say Garrix is gone because I was gonna say Garrix could tell you, but Garrix is gone.
In that case, unless you scramble someone to help that poor man and like intercept them all the way to medbay, they're gonna get to a medbay that's either full of gas, or they'll find some other auxiliary medical, and the security guy's not gonna be able to do anything.
Well, comms are down too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, going to sickbay. The other thing will have to wait.
You get the sick bay, or at least you run. If anything, you run into the security guard and his charge in the hallway because he can only move so fast.
Okay.
I'm going, Doctor. I'm going as fast as I can. He's so heavy.
Crewman Hancock, would you mind helping out? Just looks at him intently.
In what way? Empathy, his idea of helping out does not seem to match up with what your helping out idea is, and he seems confused.
Can you help him? Can you help carry him to sickbay, please?
Oh, yes, Doctor. The guy walks over and just scoops the guy up with ease and starts carrying the crewman. Okay, the door's over that way. Huh? Oh, right, I knew that. Wait, Doctor?
Yes. Is there still gas in sickbay?
Yeah, there's still gas in sickbay.
I still have the rebreather on. Well, it, like, on me.
Yeah, you have it on you.
I'm gonna go into. I'm gonna put the mask on, the rebreather on, and go into sickbay and attempt to vent sickbay out.
Give me control engineering. Difficulty 2. 1.
Okay.
Because medbay would be equipped with controls for that.
Control engineering.
Control engineering.
You know, I'm going to use one of my save milestones to gain a determination.
Okay. Haven't heard that in forever.
Right. I don't think anyone has.
I did it once, but that's it.
You're about to hear it a lot because I got a bunch of those.
So I'm gonna use one of
Stand
my
by, stand by.
talents. I'm gonna use one of my talents, which uses determination. I'm a doctor, not a bloody engineer. So I can use my medicine score with this task. Or my medicine discipline instead of engineering for this task. And take a threat, so I can roll 3 dice. I want to gain some momentum here. And I'm going to spend 2 momentum to lock out the environmental control systems in sickbay. And then she walks back over, like, and motions in the hallway. It's safe to bring the crewmen.
I suppose that's where you wanted my mic open.
Admiral, I believe you're confined to quarters. What are you doing?
No, I think Altair has his mic off for a minute. So yeah, we are now the crew of the Raid and or Judge Dredd. Take your pick. Commando also works.
I'm just gonna think that I'm Janeway in the episode with the macroviruses.
Except the macrovirus is our old senior staff.
Exactly.
Well, she would just send 7 Alan in. Maybe. I'm just kidding. Just jokes.
Head out.
And the funny thing is, I'm actually talking about if anybody caught it, the episode where Janeway was evil, where they showed that. Yeah.
Oh, Warship Voyager?
The one where she's like, 7, I know you mentioned wanting more people thing for your that was
Yeah.
that episode.
Yeah. This will be a fun time.
Oh, it's never fun. Don't lie to yourself.
It's always a fun time.
Well, it's fun for me as a player. It's not fun for Gearx as a character.
Oh yeah, no, Joel's having a terrible time.
No, it's trying on all of us, believe me.
But that was the premise we were given, and that's what the premise I bought into, and it's delivering what was promised. I'll say that much.
Selena, what exactly is trying for you? You have not almost died at least once.
Well, that is because, actually, yeah, I did almost die once.
When? I don't remember that, but okay.
When I had two guys with rifles outside of a holodeck pointed at me.
Oh.
Also, when random android with bomb and brain appeared on the bridge.
Very true.
Oh, wow. That was the android's own fault.
It wasn't the android's fault. It was whoever built him's fault, I'm guessing.
Or maybe the person who just went Shooty McShooterson and set it to where the bomb was going to go off.
What?
So,
Why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
I am being friends with all of the people now.
Well,
or at least
so-
Wash and Garrix.
Well, this is why you're going to
Well-
have a counseling session and a diagnostic at the same time. Whenever we have the opportunity, which is probably going to be never.
Yeah. Has anybody else realized that we've only had this ship in game 4 days?
Oh no, I'm cognizant of that.
Like 4 or 5 days? Not even an entire week.
and already there's been a mutiny.
It's not
Worst
necessarily a
captain
mutiny
ever.
because the crew that is in command wasn't really crew of this ship to begin with.
Oh. A little bit of both, but interesting.
I
See,
don't know.
technically
Points on each side.
it's not a mutiny if you're taking back your own ship. At that point, they're pirates, and we are just taking back our ship.
It's a cloudy
Wow.
situation morally, but yes, these people should probably not be in command. But
Hello.
the vaporization.
Yep.
If they're pirates, do I get to hang
We've been
from
in-
the yardarm?
No.
I want to hang from the yardarm.
I'm sure
Been
you do.
interrupted.
So, Interruption Bear, Garrix, you see Admiral Trailblazer on his way to the main engineering.
Okay. I very slowly hoist my Type 3 and say, Admiral, I believe you were confined to quarters.
He looks over at you, and in his hand, it looks like a jumbled mess of some ad hoc contraption in his hands. You can see blinking lights on it. You think it might be a tricorder? In case you haven't noticed there, Lieutenant, someone's trying to steal your ship, and someone tried to gas me. So forgive me if I didn't want to sit there and let myself die.
Very well. Please drop whatever is in your hands and stand against that wall, if you don't mind.
Lieutenant,
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you to take back this ship. This is a tricorder. He lets go of it, lets it drop. And it kind of jumbles and then powers off. Puts his hands up. And I'm going to the one place that someone told me was safe on the ship. If I wanted to take back the ship, I wouldn't be stupid enough to be walking down the hallway.
Very well. You and I will enter main engineering together. And I suppose once we're there, Lieutenant Selena will decide what it is we want to do. But I've been ordered to shut down the warp core in an effort to take back this ship.
Oh.
So... Oh?
Well, aren't we in warp right now?
I thought we were in cold burning. Doesn't mean we can't be at warp?
Oh, you're right. Oh, sorry, I had a vision of something and it was a lot more disastrous. Never mind, you're right.
Right. Okay, well, we're both going to enter main engineering very slowly. Once we get there, you will do whatever the nice Vulcan lady asks you to do while I shut down the warp core. Does that sound good to
Sure. What's your name again? Just for my own
Here.
curiosity.
Gearix.
Lieutenant Gearix. I'll remember that, Lieutenant Gearix.
All right. Let's go. And I sort of keep my rifle sort of pointed a little bit as we go through the door. One hand the rifle, one hand up saying, "Don't shoot, it's me!"
Don't shoot, I'm being held hostage.
I'll look at both of them.
Oh,
Hello, Lieutenant.
Weapons down. On the ground, please.
I put my rifle on the ground. Hello, Lieutenant Selena. I trust you've been well.
I will let the security field go so he can walk in. You brought the prisoner?
Let's think of him as a guest for right now. Would you please attend to him while I see about shutting down the warp core?
One question, sir.
Please, go ahead.
Am I correct in assuming that there is a mutiny going on this ship?
There's been one going on for 4 days.
Ahem. Admiral. Mutiny is a harsh word.
Accurate, though.
Rather, the bridge has been taken by officers that are not in condition to command the ship. Dr. McNeil has declared them as unfit for duty, which under General Order numbers means that
I'm aware of regulations.
Very good then. I've been ordered by our acting captain to shut down the warp core.
I wish you hadn't said that.
I've been ordered to shut down the warp core, which is what me and my staff are going to do, unless you have an objection to that, Lieutenant.
My objection is that you would turn this from a neutral site to a mutineer site. And I've been trying to keep this as a safe place for people.
Okay.
Might I put out a suggestion?
I appreciate that you saved our lives, but right now, Lieutenant Garrix, you see my dilemma.
I have been given a legitimate order by the person who should be in command. Do you see my dilemma?
Lieutenants.
Yes, sir.
Admiral, I look at him.
Deck 15, subsection 12, code Trailblazer 5. There's a safe room for hiding VIPs during incidents involving hostile borders. That's meant to hide people like Federation VIPs and ostensibly myself, but if you wish to have a neutral place to hide people, that's where you can go. Instead of holding up in a hot box and cooking everyone who wants to seek help.
That sounds perfectly reasonable. Lieutenant Selena, if you wish to ignore orders from
I will pick up the rifle.
Oh, not this again.
You will come with me, Admiral. Lieutenant Garrix, main engineering is yours.
I appreciate that.
If you need my help, Mr. Garrix, just ask. I want to see this end quickly as possible because there are hostile aliens that do want to kill.
I can appreciate your sentiment, Lieutenant.
Admiral,
Alright.
show me the way.
Right,
And
you would know where it is. Right.
And anybody who's still following my command?
I kind of feel like an opposed role might be called for here, but I'll leave that to GM.
Selena can still order around the operations people. The engineers aren't moving unless, especially since they overheard part of that conversation of, wait, we're shutting down the warp core. We probably shouldn't leave.
Okay,
Yeah.
good call. I
will look to my operations staff and say anyone who wishes to join sides with Mr. Garrix, you are free to do so.
Sir? They look confused. Like it's very obvious among the operations staff that they don't
give him the help that he is. Give him the help that he needs to shut down the warp core.
All right.
I'll do presence command.
Rob.
Everyone else with me.
You do it. They don't fight you on it. They're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
It seems like a sensible, reasonable thing. Don't you agree, Admiral, as I'm pushing him away?
Yeah, you don't have to push, and I mean, yeah. Better if I wasn't being pointed at with rifles, but that's the kind of day I'm having.
By the way, I'm just curious. Why did you help us, if you consider us to be mutineer?
Because you're Federation citizens, and I'm sworn to defend you from hostile forces.
Oh, okay. Well, I do appreciate it. I'm sorry for everything that has happened since.
What's your name again, Lieutenant?
I am Selena, a Ferenginar.
Ferenginar?
Unfortunately, the planet of my birth.
I'll leave that alone. That's not my business. And he continues to lead you away from engineering, his trap set.
Oh, I kind of figured.
Gurix, you're in main engineering with a bunch of staff. Some operation, all your engineers. And, there's too many people in here, and it is uncomfortably warm to the point that I'm going to ask for a fitness medicine roll.
All right, I'll get that.
Sorry, fitness engineering. Fitness engineering.
That's better.
Difficulty 2.
Would a focus in starship propulsion apply?
Not in this event.
All right.
Oh, I got messages. No, I can't.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Gurix, as you're moving about, the heat, the press of so many bodies in engineering, there's enough physical space for the amount of people, but the engine block is very specifically balanced for a certain number of people being in here, and a lot of people have been in here for a long time. So the temperature's gone up, to the point that you are suffering stress from the intense heat.
How much?
An amount of challenge dice that will randomly determine amount of damage.
Delightful.
This much. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stress.
Well, that's just short of an injury, so that's fine.
One of the engineers reached over. Whoa, are you all right, Lieutenant?
Yes, let's just say it's a good thing I'm not a Cardassian. All right. The number of bodies in here is becoming untenable. Show of hands, who has direct experience with warp core maintenance?
About half the engineers put up their hands, and a third of the operations guys put up their hands.
Excellent. If you did not raise your hand, please go back and leave main engineering and follow Lieutenant Selena, please, because the more bodies we have in here, the harder this is going to be.
Everyone nods. Aye, sir.
Excellent. Now let's see about shutting down this warp core.
Lieutenant Gurix.
Yes!
You're dead.
Aw, damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. Forget this whole testing thing. Rocks fall, you all die. Jeez.
Wait,
Stop
what?
being good at your job.
Alright. My next character's gonna have, like, all combat specialties, so have fun.
Well, the next mission's gonna be all diplomacy, so nah.
I have diplomacy as a focus.
No.
Ironically enough.
Ditto.
Phone. Damn
I'm
you.
sorry, you can't name your rifle diplomacy.
Oh no, that's not her name.
Or negotiation.
Oh
or
no,
communications.
no.
Or etiquette.
What's your
side
rifle's
said-
name?
One side says jury, the other side says executioner. No, I'm kidding. No. Let's see. No, she probably got really sentimental and named it Rake.
Aw.
Okay,
After-
that sounds like fun. What's the actual die roll for that?
But yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's a thing. I can totally do that. Can I use my engineering team advantage to lower the difficulty on that?
Yes, you can.
All right, I will go ahead and do that then. Would Starship Propulsion, Energy Field Remodulation, or EPS Power Systems apply here?
The latter two can if you increase the complication by one.
Okay, why not then? Okay, go ahead and spend one of those momentum.
Mwahaha.
Okay, we went the difficulty. We gained one momentum back.
That was also the wrong roll.
Criminy,
What's
sorry.
your control engineering? It's probably not 17.
Yeah, my control engineering is 17, actually, yes.
Oh,
That's
well
4.
then he got 4 successes.
Yeah, that's literally my best roll.
4 successes. So you would have gotten 2 momentum there.
Okay, and also I got the 1 medal, so if I spend momentum, I can roll a challenge die, and if it's an effect, which I do not.
Roll 7 challenge dice, Garrix.
7 challenge dice?
Yep.
Oh, for
2 plus your engineering.
right, for the work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fudge.
That's done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, no, I'm 1 short, aren't I?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get -1 resistance, 1 breakthrough.
Okay.
Unless you spend 1 momentum, and at which point you get rid of the resistance.
Yeah, we'll spend that momentum then.
Because then you finish the work track and you do that, which is a 2 magnitude. So you got it.
Great. Warp core shut down.
Scene change. As we go to the confrontation on the bridge.
Oh boy.
Yep. We would be coming up behind Alan and Wash right now.
Damn.
Probably.
And
They'll be a little bit behind us because we were already throwing grenades.
Oh, y'all were already out there?
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
weren't in the room yet.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's going to be at least a couple combat rounds before you guys can jump in.
Okay.
Now, so we ended up in the conference room.
Yep.
Okay. Then we'll be on either side of that door.
Wide beam stun.
Well, I started by throwing a grenade.
Yes, I know.
So
talking about- The gun setting for me.
grenades.
I think so. Wide beam is something you do as a preparation before you fire.
It's a minor action to do that. So.
Yeah.
Grenade.
Yeah, it's like charge and then wide beam is what it is.
Of course, you would know that.
Yeah, it's like a minor action or something. Yeah.
Because you love firing the phaser so much.
Although I could be absolutely wrong.
You guys do the mechanics. I'm just telling you the setting I'm trying to initiate.
They have to be in range close to each other for area. Thank you. That's what I was looking up.
Okay, then Well, no. So it says one person is automatic, like one person within reach of the target, and then one additional target within close. So if it's gonna hit 2 people, possibly a third.
If those 2 people are close to each other. So the only
Well,
2
the
would
first,
be...
yeah, the first one has to be within, like, I guess arm's length, because it says
No,
where
like
did
the
it-
first person you hit, you can hit them at a distance. Okay? But for the effects, for the area, the person that you hit, you can only hit an additional people that are close to that
Yeah, so
target.
you
yeah,
could throw
says,
it. Yeah, you'd be able to throw it at, like, say, the captain, and it would. You could hit these 2 together, but it doesn't reach out to like medium ranges or long ranges.
no.
But you can throw it a distance, and you can throw it to long and stuff. You know, so you could hit anyone in any pair of people in the bridge, but you have to choose who you're hitting.
No, I'm gonna use intense instead, and I'll roll it towards the captain.
Okay, I believe it's still.
Oh, and as a point of information, the grenades, you get 3 of them if you take grenades.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So
The
what's
grenade
the
should
task
already
roll?
have the area ability on it.
It
default.
doesn't. It has have it right here. It has. Oh, it does already have area. Yeah, well, because it has area and then it has charge too, and area is one of the things you can do with charge. So that's what I was thinking. You're right. So I'm going to use the prepare minor action to add intense, but it will already have area.
Okay, so you're throwing at the captain.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I guess if I can grab the captain and someone else in close range, I'll throw it in between them.
Yeah, you can hit both the tactical guy and the captain.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Should I throw the second one?
Well, I think it's still
Like
like
towards,
normal
like-
combat.
Like towards common ops? Oh.
We'll see how this turns out, because it's going to be Alan, then it's them, then it's going to be you. So it's going to go back
I
and forth
see.
here in a bit.
Yeah, so
It's going to be control security difficulty 2, because it's a ranged attack.
okay, you said control security?
Yep.
And I'll spend a threat. And
Goodness.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll re-roll that dice. Yeah, that's 3.
So 1 momentum gain by my count.
Yep. And so we're at 2 momentum? Because if
Yes.
we're at 2 momentum, once you resolve this, I'm going to take a swift task to fire.
Okay. Well, resolve the damage of your grenade.
Oh, I do not know it. Oh, it's 4, so 4 plus my security is 9.
Yep.
And that only rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna roll 4 more dice. And
That's
these
ready
all.
to
You
Swift
won't have
task.
the momentum to do the swift task.
Oh. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I'll just do it that way. And since I used charge, the cost to avoid injury caused by intense weapon increases by 1 for each effect rolled. So the cost to avoid injury went up by 3.
Both the captain and the tactical officer go down, and they look to be severely burned from the energy blast.
Yeah, since I did that, I don't have the momentum, so it's them now.
Yeah. The former head of science, grabs a Type 2 phaser and fires at Alan. Intruders on the bridge. Yeah, thanks, Lieutenant. I didn't realize that, says one of the other officers.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Captain is down!
Phew.
Did you just pew pew?
Yes.
Good.
I'm going to add 1 piercing. Because are you in body armor?
I am. So I have. If you're lethal, I have a resistance of 3. If you're non-lethal, I have a resistance of 5.
They'd be lethal.
Okay, well then it's a
So-
resistance of 3 plus whatever I get from being behind a wall.
Wash is now freaking the F out.
And here's the wall.
How
So you have that much
does
extra
body-
resistance?
So I have 9 resistance.
They
Plus-
got rid of 1 of it because of piercing.
Well, piercing goes down by 2
Oh, 2. I keep forgetting.
for every spin, so it's 7.
Well,
And how much resistance does body armor give you?
Plus 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah. And then personal force fields are 4, but if you roll an effect for every effect you roll for the damage you take, I think has a chance to take it out. It's something like that.
Okay. I was just wondering. I just had to put that on there.
yeah, dang it. Hold on.
Cross my fingers that the science officer does not have a very high security, so he won't be rolling that many dice.
Oops, what am I doing? There we go. So it's that plus Type 2 phaser, so that.
So yeah, I'm not going to take any damage from that. They need 1 more. Well, they got piercing, so that matches my resistance.
So you can feel your internal sensor, your internal diagnostics tells you that you were subject to a uncomfortable amount of heat.
You're up, Wash.
Oh, Lord. I am gonna grab one of those grenades. And I would believe that, well, I guess it depends, but running the bridge of Starfleet, have we gone through the grenade training? So I technically talked earlier about me not knowing the settings, but I think Wash would know. That was just because, like I said earlier, I think he was just making sure Alan knew. He's more on that page of like trying to stun everybody. But yeah, he's going to put it on the right setting and throw it out there. Hopefully in the direction where he saw, the 2 that fired.
I don't think if you use the minor action to prepare and do charge, I don't think there's anything you can do that's not going to increase your chance of hurting them. So you might, if you don't want to hurt them, you might just not do the charge action or the prepare minor action. I mean,
Just throw it.
Because it's intense, piercing 2, or vicious 1. So maybe piercing 2 is your best option, but vicious and intense are definitely not what you want to do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I definitely want to stun out with like the whatever would be the high stun and intense stun setting.
Okay.
So Wash would do that.
So probably piercing 2.
Yeah.
And then throw.
Okay.
And like you said, towards these guys.
Toward these guys here.
Yes.
Okay. Give me the same roll, control, security, difficulty 2.
Okay. I have terrible security, but I have good control. So I will at least spend momentum for that 3rd die. Is hand phasers the same as type 1, type 2, type 3, or is that only for the type 1 and 2 for focus?
Well, you're using a grenade.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a focus for throw. Okay, good. And then 3 dice.
Hey, hit.
Should be 5 dice for you because you have a security of 1, or is it
5.
2?
Okay.
What's your security? Oh yeah, so it's 5
security
challenge dice for you.
5. Okay. 5. Come on. 5. Enter. And then click it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what is that? 2 effects or 2?
Well, it's 4 plus 2 piercing. I don't think you're going to be able to do anything else.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have any momentum to re-roll the 5th dice.
Understood.
Yeah, these two are kind of look a little dazed for a second when the grenade goes off. They're still moving.
Oh. I tried. So, whoever's next. Oh, but I definitely go back around the corner of the door. You know, just stepped out through it and then still got back so that I have cover from at least most of them, except,
This guy
except for maybe, except for him.
taps something on his control, and this door shuts, and you hear it audibly clank and seal.
Can I use Android Strength?
On your turn, you can.
Okay.
Now, at this moment, everyone on both sides have acted. Now, I intended for the captain and company to arrive not this round, but next round. But if you give me 2 threat, you'll arrive right now.
Yes.
Fine.
All right, it's up to you guys, but you know me.
That's fine.
Got
Up
it.
to you, Joel. I'm just along for the ride.
Ow.
Go away, Paige. There we go. Okay,
Sorry, go ahead.
which one of you two want to go?
I kind of motion Jolson to lean up towards the door, and I kind of have the door open, lean out, aim at Khan. No, I won't take the minor action aim. I will actually set it to. I'll use the charge on the phaser rifle. So, yep. Let's see. And it's control security.
Could you? You're in the elevator, right? Right when the doors are about to open, you hear, boom, boom.
I think you actually got to choose something for charge to do.
It'll be. Oh, okay. It'll be wide.
Yeah.
And then you're like, who's doing that?
Take a threat for a 3rd dice. Focus and phaser or hand phasers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
I assume you're widing these two? Or these two?
Yeah, the con and ops.
Got it. Yeah, that's a hit. Gain 3 momentum.
And the rifle is how much plus my security?
4.
4 plus my security? Oh boy. Goodbye.
As Joel just throws a bunch of dice at the DM.
Oh, I'm going to make him very sad here in just a little bit. Because after that shot, I am using my talent quick to action and retaining initiative. Oh, wait, I can't. It's not
I don't
first
think
round.
you can do that.
Yeah, first round.
No,
Oh, that's fine.
the doctor was saying
can't
earlier
go
you
again.
can't do that in ground combat. That's a space thing.
Oh, it
No,
is.
no, no.
That sucks.
You
Oh.
can do that on ground combat. You cannot go again yourself. With quick
I-
action, you pass it to
I
someone else.
wasn't going to it. Yeah, I was. I was just going to use it so we keep the initiative.
And to inform you as to what the result of your shot, when you shoot these two, they pitch over the consoles and they land with audible cracks when they hit the deck.
Yep.
And they stop moving.
Yep. And I use quick to action, and I guess if Alan wanted to go, or if somebody else wanted to go, or Jolson.
I think only Jolson can go.
Oh,
Only
I
Jolson
guess
right now.
Jolson? Okay.
Jolson's turn.
She'll tell you there's somebody at your science station as she's leaning back in the door.
Can I get a clear shot at science?
Yeah, you can briefly step out, fire, and then step back.
Okay. And I have a... Alright, I'll take a shot at the science station.
I'll actually note something. Before you shoot, given the way it's set up, he does have a bit of cover from you. The only way to negate that is if you move deeper into the bridge. But the problem is if you do that, you won't be able to get back into cover again. So.
I'll just shoot through his... I'll just shoot over his cover and duck back in.
Okay. Well, you give it one because it's not a ton of cover, just enough to mess up a shot.
Okay, so how do I do this? First I'm shooting a phaser.
Control security, difficulty 2. Yeah, you hit.
Alright, and then I have a Type 4...
Or the Type 3.
Type 3. Grenade.
Type
So
4.
it's, you're rolling 5 challenge dice.
I really want someone to be walking around with a phaser bank just strapped to their back. Let's go! Anyway,
There's talks about upgrading Alan with a phaser cannon.
I would be against that, for the record.
Oh, you also add your security. Oh, never mind. You did.
You did.
I did.
1, 2, 3.
I need to switch that up when I
1,
get
2,
a moment.
3, 4. This guy hasn't been hit before, has he?
No.
No.
And his cover might help. Let's find out if it does. Made one of it go away, but he still gets part of the phaser clips into the console in front of him, which sparks with the impact. And then you trail up like, whoops, a little too low. You aim up a bit, and it starts catching him in the chest. And he's like, ah! He starts flinching away from the hit as you get back to cover.
Jaw looks at him. Remind me to put you through advanced phaser training.
New round of combat. I believe the beginning of a combat is supposed to go back and forth. I've been hearing that in other games. I think I've been screwing that up. This is where
I thought it
tells
just
me
went-
I'm wrong.
I thought it just went to the... Well, no, they have one person left, don't they? They have
2.
the guy at the bottom. No, he hasn't done anything yet.
Oh, this guy did. He's the one who closed the door.
Oh.
Yeah, but I do think you go until now that we've all gone. You go until the rest of your people go.
Yeah, I've run out of people.
Before we can go again.
It's the new
We've
round.
knocked
Starting
out
new
all
round,
the
so
people,
that-
so it's...
This guy runs away
Runs away where?
into the turbo lift.
Oh no! I just
Leaving
it's
his
like being on an
weapon
island, so it's like where you go if you don't have a boat.
Question, can I spend 2 momentum to have security waiting for him in the turbo lift?
I'm going to say no.
Damn.
It is now the player's turn.
I would... If I try to open the door, is that going to be all that I can do?
Yes. Because it's been sealed. What you can do if you're particularly, well, no. I was going to say you could try to shoot through the door with increased difficulty and added cover resistance, but I don't know if you're going to be willing to blind fire into a room and not knowing what's in there, not knowing who's down and who's up. Because you can hear phaser fire on the other side.
And we don't have a panel to open it up. There's no minor action I can take to open it up.
If you give me 2 momentum, you can find something that'll help you, an emergency override to pull the doors open.
I'll do that then.
Okay. So you're able to fish one out?
I'll roll my 3rd grenade, right? I don't know how to ping. Where's my ping? What do I do to ping?
Left
You-
click. Yeah.
Left click and hold it down. There you go.
Right there.
Okay.
In between... Well, I shouldn't say anything, but right there.
Oh, because if you say something, Wash is like, no.
Hup.
Oh, I gotta throw it.
Yeah. Control engine. Control security. Difficulty 2. Brain.
I'll spend a threat.
Sure.
That was not promoted by the Jamie.
Oh, and it's getting pretty late. I haven't spent a determination yet. I better do it. I'll spend a determination on I eliminate threats efficiently.
It's true.
You're welcome.
Save changes.
I was about to say, Garrix, that's all you. And I'll re-roll that. Oh, I had to spend one more. I had to spend 2 threat because I bought a dice. But I'll re-roll that one.
I'm gonna fix Jamie's things. I keep screwing it up.
So that's 5, 6.
There. There, fixed it. 'Cause I kept pulling your token and kept getting instant. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't fix your sheet. That's my bad. There we go. Oh yeah, that hits. Oh no.
Okay, so I see where he throws it. That's what I look.
So that's 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna re-roll the 3 that missed. And do I need to spend any on piercing or anything like that? Cause
No.
yeah.
Oh lordy.
Combat is over as all hostiles in the bridge are severely burned and not really up to resisting your efforts.
Upon hearing the grenade go off, she's going to slowly walk out phaser first.
I'll walk out at the
room.
I'll walk out at the other end, phaser out.
I just poke my head out. Is that a fucking grenade?
I poke my head out and say, please tell me everybody is stunned and incapacitated.
And
Alan.
she runs to the cabin.
Everyone is incapacitated, Wash.
I'm gonna go over to Comm Helm,
Nice.
and at least check for life signs.
I'm gonna go to tactical and switch the system that's off to weapons from computers.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start working on reverting the access permissions to what they were, let's say 2 days ago.
Jolson, I'm gonna have you roll me a medicine insight roll. Difficulty 1.
I am not a doctor.
Why is there a question mark?
I am not a doctor.
He looks pretty badly burned, and his neck's at a weird angle. That's probably okay, right?
He's just stretching it, little yoga.
Zhao, when you get to the captain,
Yeah.
it looks like she's very badly burned.
She's checking for a pulse.
Give me a insight plus medicine test. Difficulty 1.
Oh, sorry. Just the first one. I got overzealous when I clicked the button.
Oh, you got 1 momentum at least. She's dying.
Mr. Allen, can you get communications for ship-wide communication back?
I'm working on it.
Now, Mr. Allen, please.
Oh, so Wash will run over. I have medicine, and I know there's most likely a med kit somewhere on the bridge for emergencies.
For one opportunity, there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
When-
As soon as
when tell-
Wash shows up, I'm gonna start helping Alan with the computer situation.
But yeah, I spent a momentum to have a med kit available immediately. Somewhere like one of those where I go under one of the science or whoever's panel where there's the
It's in the wall.
extras.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Where I just pull one out and run over. And
She also, sorry. As soon as
oh no,
comes
yeah,
back,
just gonna say, just check, start doing normal medicine checks and all this stuff
yeah.
until McNeil can get here as needed.
As soon as communications are back up, she hits her comm badge and says, "Security teams look for." I forgot what this original chief science officer was, but be on the lookout for him and stun on sight.
Give me, I believe that's prison security. Ah.
Okay.
Get that
Composure,
out.
diplomacy, interrogation. No.
Get that out so that I can save the person. Just kidding.
Present
Jamie
security,
said
difficulty 1.
Jamie
Yep.
said that, not Wash.
Take a threat
Sure.
for an extra dice. I'm gonna reroll one of those heroes.
Oh,
damn it.
shit.
Spending 2 momentum, because fuck that. Sorry.
Well, no, I
Uh,
mean, I was doing something and now you just.
No,
Jump
you're
to,
fine.
so-
You're fine.
Just,
Because after
Wash.
she makes that command, she just goes back to cradling the captain's head.
Wash. You can give me. Are you just? What is your intention with the patient?
to save her life.
Very good. This is
Jeez.
going to be a daring plus medicine roll, difficulty 3.
Spin 3 threat.
Sure.
And focuses are available because I saw ship or flight stuff. And cool. All right.
You've managed to stave off Captain dying. She still needs medical care, but she's not gonna die right there on the deck.
Absolutely. And then I move to the next person who, in the sense of triage, the next damage person.
As you're doing that, Jolson, you were trying to combat somebody.
Yeah. Get McNeil up here.
I'm a little busy.
Well, the captain is dying, and we have injured up here. Can you send a medical team?
They're all locked away somewhere on the ship. It's just me and sickbay, and I am knee deep in surgery right now.
Well, get your waiters ready, because you're gonna be knee deep in a lot more surgery here in a bit. Worst analogy ever.
I'd like to check like our flight path and all those good things.
You're currently answering all stop. The engines are off.
Can I look at previous headings compared to what they were before the command change?
Yes. I see no reason to deny you that. Okay, I have tokens there that aren't supposed to be there. Boop.
I just realized the captain and the doctor are pretty ladies.
You just realized that?
No.
And actually, they
And
would.
I am not a pretty lady.
I mean, you're Crandrine, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the blue fighter is turning towards us.
You would have to make a insight con roll to they're up to.
Okay, I'll do that.
But last course that the Victoria was going, they were still heading toward the star system. But you guys have since stopped due to manual shutdown of the warp engine.
Yeah, take 3 momentum.
Bye, momentum.
Oh,
It was nice
shit.
knowing you.
Oh
dear.
Yeah, we're just gonna have that complication. There ain't nothing that could be done about that.
So, as you're checking, last you could see, and I didn't say difficulty, so I'll give you 1 moment. You're able to determine that the fighter is still heading toward the star system as well, and then you hear a loud pop come from the console, and then navigation display just goes dark.
Ah, shit.
Captain, we have a chance to alter course if we no longer wish to make the rendezvous. And I can restart the engines and go cold.
I had no intention of meeting that ship.
Then I'm gonna restart the engines to put them in cold running and put us on warp towards. I guess I don't have navigational control, so I can't point us in any direction.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you're going to do cold running at warp, you might want to like get the people out of engineering. But
I just want us to be invisible.
Prepare for cold
Yeah,
warp.
just don't go. Just stay in impulse.
Can we do cold running at impulse?
yes,
That was the
Okay.
whole point.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll put us at cold running. I'll restart the engine and put us at cold running.
Engine manually shut down. No access from the bridge.
Can I override that?
Oh no, the engine. That's
I
right.
have
The engineering.
It seems like there seems to be manual severs from the engineering side, and what you can see from tactical, it looks like the guy who was last here was trying to combat that, but instead of trying to get control of the engines, he just sealed off control from the bridge, so that way the engineering could never take over the bridge. Bridge, unfortunately, couldn't take engineering until someone physically went down there.
Oh, so I can't reverse his blocks. The previous tactical officer. I can't undo the complications he's made.
It's
Yeah.
more you can't undo my manual shutdown of the warp core.
which
Okay.
is why.
Yeah, it's like manually the handle is down, and you got to put the handle back up, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, then seeing that, I'm gonna walk around the bridge and stand over Jal and say, You need to reestablish command over the ship. I can't do anything from tactical until the crew members start to cooperate again.
You're right. And she leans over, one hand still holding the captain, and hits the panel on her chair. This is Lieutenant Commander Jal. The intruders have been dealt with, and we are now back in control of our ship and our home. Lieutenant Garrix, if you can hear me, please restart the engines and please restore command controls to the bridge, if you would. Lieutenant Selena, if you can hear me, I need casualty reports.
I will hit my comm badge.
Hold on. 2 threat spin. Selena can't hear you.
Oh.
That's fine.
Can I hear?
Well, they're in a safe room, so that's probably why.
Oh yeah, they're in the thing. The panic
Okay.
room.
Well, we were headed
And-
that way.
You're there now.
And she continues and goes, it's been a trying 5 days for the lot of us. I understand. Hopefully, at some point, we can reach some sense of normalcy, but until that time, I need the crew to remain strong and continue to perform admirably as they have been. And those who are still able to help in any kind of repairs or medical emergencies, please report to the designated areas. And let's try and put this behind us. Lieutenant Commander Jawl out.
Presence command, difficulty 2, complication 2,
Difficulty 2.
difficulty 3.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to spend the momentum and give you the rest in threat for 4 dice.
So that's 3 threat to me, I believe.
Yeah, it's 2. And diplomacy is a focus, or composure.
I'll give it to you. On diplomacy.
Okay. Damn it.
Oh, you're gonna have to take that. Oh, well, I guess if you earn momentum off the roll, you could.
Yep, I will negate the complication.
Okay.
With the momentum.
While we're on the bridge, I would like to collect the pips off of all of the people who have fallen on the bridge.
None of them have pips.
Oh, do they have comm badges?
Yes.
I'll take all their comm badges,
Good
and
call.
I'll start pinning them on my shirt.
Just all of them?
He has a
Well-
reason, but he's not going to say it unless
Is everybody
someone
stable?
prompts him.
I will get back to that in a moment.
Oh, okay.
You have a lot of work ahead of you, and you're not a
Understood.
doctor.
But I have a medicine of 4. I'm
That's not
almost
bad.
there. No, I'm just
As you're walking down one of the corridors, you go into one of the side passageways, and you notice normally there'd be like a door or something that leads into a corridor, but you don't see anything, and you see, whoops, I put Alan down there.
I was about to say, when did Mr. Allen follow me?
I was super afraid there was another Alan on board.
I am
Dun,
not convinced
dun,
that there
dun.
isn't.
right.
As he's walking along, he stops in the middle of the hallway.
I will stop behind him and take 2 steps back. How many guys with me right now with phasers?
If you have crew support, you can activate somebody to come with you.
I thought like half of the operations team was following me.
Oh, right, I forgot you brought the one with you. Yeah, you have some of them with you.
Okay. What is it?
The door's to my right. I have to access a panel. It's supposed to be hidden, Lieutenant.
I understand. You're still a prisoner.
All right, then, security guard, feel free to access the panel.
No, you will access the panel. I will just...
He turns around.
I'm going to take a couple more steps back, and I'm going to aim the phaser at him.
Lieutenant, I'm going to need the help of one of your people. I need a multi-tool. Since I didn't exactly get a chance to grab one of those since my access was limited. And before you get itchy on your thumb there, be aware that I'm not exactly willing to take on 7 who have phasers. I'm not an idiot.
Agreed. I will lower my phaser to reach into my kit, pull out the multi-tool he needs, pass it to him blade side first, keeping my phaser as far away from him in his reach as possible.
He actually makes a concerted effort to keep one hand up and the other hand very gently reaching out to grab the multi-tool from you. So he's trying to make it clear he's not going to grab at it at your phaser because again he doesn't want to get shot.
Right.
he knows what your crew are like.
As soon as he takes it,
mm-hmm.
I will bring my hand down. I will bring the rifle back up.
And we're back to this again. Great. Oh, this is new. He starts fiddling with it.
You're a Starfleet Admiral. You should know Starfleet protocol is that you always guard your prisoner. Especially in a mutiny situation.
Interesting choice of words, Lieutenant. He turns to the wall and starts fiddling with it. Pops out part of the wall and starts messing with and starts tapping out of control.
Alright.
Trailblazer Alpha. Oh, shoot, it won't work. Damn it. Well, this is going to take a little longer. Hold on. He starts prying at it. Yeah. There. He fiddles with it some more. And then you notice part of the wall vanishes as if a hologram went away, and there's a door there.
Alright.
Well, that's not perfect, but whatever. We can fix that later.
You first?
Door. Oh, damn it. He fiddles with the control again. And the door kind of half opens, and he kind of stares at it.
By all means.
He keeps fiddling with it.
It's not logical for you to resist.
I'm not resisting.
Or listen to a trap. So, please.
My computer access has been limited. I'm doing everything manual. I'm not exactly an engineer.
Ironically, I look around and say, as of right now, neither are we.
And then eventually the door opens. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, it looks to be sort of like, I think, a throwback to the TOS era rec room. With food dispensaries and the weird artwork in the room. But there's a lot of room in there. It's like its own little mess hall. Although what breaks the illusion of a mess hall is that there's a stack of like emergency beds, a bunch of med kits from like that era, some old phasers, a big bulky body armor from that era. I need to update this. But this is it.
Indeed. All right.
You want me going first or something?
Yes, please.
You want your tool back?
Orders. Oh yes, he does still have my tool.
Yeah.
Just leave it on the ground, please.
Not to get technical with you, officer, but it's an offense to abandon tools while on duty.
I will pick it up.
Okay, just wanted you to know. He puts it down.
Mm-hmm. DM, can I make a check to see if that is actually a regulation?
No roll. It's the most technical of technicalities, and only a operations officer who really loved the regulations would call you on it. But unless you're leaving behind a phaser or something, it's not really an offense. You technically leaving a pad behind is an offense, but who cares?
Yeah. That's what I thought. And technically, it's not abandoned; it's still in my sight.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna be technical about it.
He's just being technical and facetious with you.
All right. So again, I'm going to start doing orders for everybody to do the same thing. Barricade what you can. Wait for a runner from Mr. Garrick's, what have you. I'm going to send a couple of my own people in first.
Mm-hmm.
Secure everything.
You send your guys in first, my bad.
Yes, secure everything. Phasers, whatnots. Make sure the medical supplies are readily accessible for Dr. McNeil.
Aye, sir.
How do the comm panels and stuff look down here?
It looks like TOS era red block with buttons and a light.
All right, on the outside, the normal ship side.
Normal ship side. Actually, you notice that all the comm panels start lighting up.
Oh, interesting. Keep an eye on him. I'm gonna walk over to one of the comm panels.
Okay.
Find the communication switch.
Yeah.
Selena to main engineering.
One moment. As you press the button and you start to call out, Trailblazer looks over at you. No, wait! And he dives at you.
Mm-hmm.
He pushes you out of the way and the console explodes, knocking him over.
Fuck. I knew this was a trap. How did all of the officers who had guns trained on him react?
Some of them just out of save your life.
Some of them out of instinct, just out of jitteriness, turned and shot at him. And he got hit a couple times as he pushed you, and he kind of hit and then when the console blew up, that caught him as well. So he's just sitting there on the ground.
Great. I'm gonna do a medical check.
Insight medicine, difficulty
I got
2.
It. And I have no focus this year.
Yeah.
None. So this is gonna be great.
Welcome to the Victoria, right?
I have another check after this one.
Okay.
The ship
medicine.
none of us do our jobs properly. Just do different jobs entirely.
I guess I have to give you threat, right?
If you want more dice, yeah.
Yes. I would like one more die.
Okay, 1 threat. And
well, see if I at least get momentum. Nope.
You're not sure. He could be dead for all you know. That looked like a pretty bad blast.
Okay. Tap my comm badge. Selena to main engineering. See if another explosive goes off.
Your comm badge blows up. No, I'm just kidding. You're able to get Garrick.
Of course it does.
Garrick's here. Go on.
Am I to assume correctly by the display of lights that this area, the ship has now been secured by whatever party?
Have I heard Joel's message?
You have, yeah.
That is correct, Lieutenant. If comes to be believed, Lieutenant Commander Joel has removed the senior staff from command.
Okay. I look back over to my staff, don't touch anything. Repeat, nothing. Everything down here screams trap. You. Let's get him to sick bay as quick as possible. Everybody else secure this area on the off chance that we have more wounded and injured coming.
Give me presence command, difficulty 2. They're really shaken up right now.
Presence command.
Yeah.
They watched you almost die, and they watched their prisoner / admiral get blown up. It's like, and they kind of shot him. So they're kind of not feeling great right now.
All right, let's do 3 dice to get momentum if I can, because I try, so that would be 3 more threat.
Hmm?
And diplomacy applies, I assume.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Then I will take that off. And here we go. There's one.
Oh, that's why. 2, 3. 2 momentum plus 2 more. That's 4 momentum.
I understand everyone is on edge. Events have rapidly spiraled out of our control, and we need to get back into control. There are still hostile aliens about. We must do our jobs. We can only assume that security is doing theirs, and that this situation will be taken care of at the proper time by a General Admiral staff. If there's anybody who has objections to my orders, please note them in your logs.
Some people actually take out pads and start tapping at them real quick. The others seem to be focusing on what you're saying.
Very good. I assume you four are able to carry...
Oh, I just assumed you were going to use Vulcan super strength and just haul us.
Between the crewmen, they're able to haul him up. Yeah, he's not that heavy.
Okay. Alright, to sick bay. And then to the bridge.
And we go to sick bay. Because someone's knee-deep in surgery at the moment.
And it's only gonna get worse.
I mean, all you had was one injured. I mean, how hard can this ever be, Doctor? It's not like it's going to get worse or anything.
Not like you're gonna get like 3 more surgeries in the next hour.
At least I'm doing some awesome triage.
I mean, 5 more, so 6?
Tomatoes. They're going in the brig afterwards.
From the private message you just sent me there, give me a quick fitness security test.
Security?
Difficulty 2. Doctor. You have a man with a failing liver.
Take a threat.
And I'll take a threat. And you have a panicky security guard who really doesn't want to leave his friend's side because he's watching his friend die in his arms and all that.
Everybody just sees a little Japanese-looking woman heft this
That
woman up in her arms.
That didn't sound callous at all. Not even a little bit. Just dying in his friend's arms or whatever, you know. Who even cares?
So, I'm gonna activate the pressure field.
Say again, Doctor?
I'm gonna activate the pressure field in sickbay, which gives me a reroll
Okay.
during surgery.
You and your fancy books.
It is part of the advantage for sickbay, so. Along
Okay.
with,
I am taking notes. Don't mistake.
Doop. Is he gonna be all right?
I'll know. Please, no interruption. I'm doing my best that I can.
But to get this guy to just go away, you're gonna need to command press him to get him to back off because he's not thinking about the fact that he's actually in the way. Difficulty 1, because you are a doctor and he should trust you, but he's still kind of frazzled. I can have you succeed at cost, but you're not going to make a whole lot of friends.
No, it's fine. You just be in the way. I'm assuming there's hollow emitters in the sickbay.
Yep, you see them.
Okay. So I'm gonna essentially remove the old liver, and I'm going to activate the temporary holographic organs, and essentially simulate the liver inside of it.
Whew, okay. Give me daring medicine difficulty 2. Complication 1, because you have Mr. Mr. Panic here.
So complication range 2?
Yeah.
Take a threat.
Sure.
I'm spending 2 momentum. Emergency medicine or surgery?
Surgery.
I have bold. I'm re-rolling that 0. Complication 0.
Okay. 1 momentum. Well, on the plus side, he has a liver, so. Wait, isn't that just a hologram?
It's enough to stabilize him.
Oh, okay. What now?
I'm going to attempt to repair the liver.
As he sees you kind of taking the liver out.
So yeah, she's going to attempt to repair the liver and rejuvenate the damaged tissue.
It's at that point, time-wise, this is the part where the bridge tailed you and said, hey, there's a bunch of people dying up here. It's like, in the middle of putting a liver back together, so go away. He paraphrased well. So you wish to repair the liver. I can do this one of 2 ways. You can either do a control medicine difficulty 2 to basically hand do it, or you can get the replicator to help you out a bit here and fill in some of the gaps for you, and that will eat up 2 momentum. So either you roll or 2 momentum.
I'll roll.
Okay.
Xenobiology for a focus?
No. This guy is not in the xenobiology. My foot.
Emergency medicine?
I'd say so.
And a foot.
You said it was difficulty 2?
2, yes.
Take 2 threat. I'm spending a momentum to roll 4.
Okay.
Rerolling the 0. So yeah, she cuts away the damaged tissue. Essentially rejuvenates the parts that she removed, and then she's gonna go back and put the liver back in. Will you please get out of the way? If you want your friend to live, please stand aside.
Okay, I'll stand over here.
Thank you.
Did he literally just move a foot?
Well, he's not right over her shoulder anymore.
He's like trying to hold the liver.
She's going to deactivate the holographic liver and then reimplant his liver back into his body.
And I'm going to be a jerk. This is going to be a control medicine test. Difficulty 4. Something's wrong. The liver's fine. He's taking it, but there's some sort of weird rejection going on. Like, you did everything right. It's the right blood type, right genes. He should be okay.
I'm going to inject him with Servaline, which is an anti-rejection drug.
Okay. They'll bring the difficulty down from 4 to 3.
Okay. Yeah, what am I rolling to put the...
You can... you can either do Daring Medicine, difficulty 3. Basically, you're just trying various things and hoping they'll work. Or you can spend a interval of or so, to put it that way, of reasoning out what might be happening, why this might be happening.
I'll reason it out.
Okay. Reason,
Oh, no,
medicine,
he
difficulty
keeps
2.
Orion.
Yeah. I just thought that. God damn it.
Take 2 threat, and I'm spending momentum to roll 4.
2 threat, I'll take it. Thank you.
Xenobiology. Or infectious
Yes.
diseases.
Infectious disease, actually, is more applicable here.
Oh, lovely. It's 4 momentum, I think. You said, was it 3 or 2?
2. This man is suffering from the Cowcat flu. It's a thing that's been happening to people out here. People exposed to a certain planet. And it's one of those things that never comes up until someone gets injured, and then that's when the infection decides this is my moment and tries to draw as much nutrition and biomass as it can to get itself airborne and escape from the body, because it's assuming the body's dying, which it kills the body in the interim. Doctors in the Expanse have been having nightmares with this damn thing because it comes up every so often with some officer or another. Usually security officers.
I'm going to inject him with cobrazine. It's an antibiotic to prevent secondary infections caused by other illnesses.
Difficulty is now down to 2. You can perform control medicine now that you know what's...
Surgery / emergency medicine.
I'll give you surgery.
Take 1 threat. I'm
Okay.
spending 2 momentum. Rerolling that complication. I'm assuming the complication range is still 2, right?
Yeah. Because this dude's still being annoying.
That's 4.
Yep.
So 2 momentum back. Could technically use the pressure field there, but...
Okay. There. Just then, that's when Jal walks in, carrying the captain. As you've now finally gotten... Your patient is no longer dying and is not about to fire off spores of death at you and his unfortunate friend.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just rushes over to a med bed and puts her on it.
Yeah.
Not the doctor.
And then...
Out of curiosity, where's my buddy? Sorry.
He's in your office, kind of staying out of the way. He occasionally chuckling as you're struggling in there.
Oh, he's a real pal.
Not funny. She yells across.
And I'm gonna call
Do I need to ask?
Oh, sorry, go on.
Do I need to ask why the captain of Salfo is badly burnt? Of course not. You went guns a-blazing inside, you, Alan, and that murder robot.
To be fair, there were 3 grenades thrown, and I threw none of them. So...
Not my fault.
Uh,
Tucker did it.
Anyway. As far as injuries, the only injuries I caused on the bridge were to the con officer and the ops officer.
Is Wash applying first aid to them?
Yes, Wash is administering triage. Can I help you, crewman?
Hello, Lieutenant Commander.
Do I recognize the voice?
No, actually. But you can both give me an insight minute, security. Difficulty
Insight
2.
Sure. Take a threat for me. Interrogation?
Yeah, actually, since you did challenge him. Oh, I'm gonna beat these rolls.
I can re-roll one of those.
I mean, I'll give him a fighting chance. I'll give him an extra die.
Oh, well.
McNeil, you can sense that the crewman wants to murder the hell out of the captain with glee. Jal, you don't need to have empathy to see that. His face is the grin of a man who's about to rip apart something that is weak. And it looks very not human. It's almost like staring into malice itself.
Yeah,
I'm just
that,
solving
Can
the
you
problem.
come with here with me? No, she's gonna step in between Jal and the crewman, or Stefan. You know, crewman, can you come with me real quick? I'll be right back. And if I need to do a persuasion check,
Yeah, you have to roll it. Difficulty 1. He's not fighting you too much on it. He just really wants to kill somebody right now, and this is a perfect opportunity.
yeah, I'm spending 3 momentum.
You thought you guys were murder hobos.
oh, yeah. Just wait.
Yeah, you get 3 momentum back.
Luckily for that.
He
Can we
stops
feed my office real quick?
He stops smiling and... Fine, mind reader.
Please don't make anything worse. I'm begging you. I'm trying to show you the good side of us.
I will try. We've been trying to kill each other for the last few days. So, it's a little hard not to want to finish the job.
I understand, but we kind of need answers if we want to solve the problem. Killing everything in our way is not gonna help.
Fine. I can always kill her later anyway.
You know, we're gonna work on your bedside better when I get back. You just stay here.
Disguise, right, I forgot.
Yeah, and then she goes back to the captain of the cell phone. Angel.
Yep.
She's gonna take out her tricorder and do a medical scan on the captain.
And with that, I will pull this episode to a close, as the captain in your scan looks to be like